Right, hello. Oh, shit. Yeah, how is everyone? Yeah, this was a completely, like, sudden stream, so I apologize for not, like, building it up or anything. I genuinely did not plan this. Like, this was just like, people in chat are people in the Discord server are talking about Spider-Man. Hey, why not? Let's watch the Spider-Man thing that SK and Comet Legend were watching yesterday. Because it's kind of interesting. I agreed with quite a few of their points, but I also disagreed with a few of them. But I've also not watched Colin's video, like, start to finish, so that's what we're going to be doing. Now, his video is very fucking long, like, it's 2 hours long. I feel like a lot of the reason for that is he is basically showing a lot of the game's clips, and he just, like, shows them unedited. So that's probably why the video's quite long. So in reality, it probably won't take us that long to get through it. However, he does split the video up into quite a lot of segments. The first ones being Peter, Miles, and MJ, which are quite good ones to go over at least. This video is not a defense, it's just a story breakdown. I mean, regardless, he does say, like, it is a defense, like, in the thumbnail. So, I mean,
to be honest, with how, Comic Legend and SK were doing their videos, they put a over our video into an 8-hour discussion, so it's like we're not intending on doing that here.
I mean, we could very well end up doing that, but we're definitely not doing 8 hours back to back, because that's just fucking dumb. Well, it would be dumb for me to do it because of time difference. Like, it's currently 8 in the evening. I really don't want to be talking about Spider-Man until 4 in the morning. But that's just me. Different strokes for different folks, I suppose. With that being said, I am ready to get going, Asaf, if you are.
I am too. Just put up the stream and I'll be ready.
The only thing that I've been saying, is we seem to be doing quite a lot of these where we, like, react to people's videos and stuff. Like, we've been doing it for, like, Colin's, when Colin was exposed, Colin's response, and then SK's response to that response. And I was thinking, if you guys want this to become, like, a permanent thing, like we do it, like, once a week or whatever, why don't we have, like, a name for it? You know, Critical Drinker has EFAP, SK has, the Foamcast. What should ours be?
I suggested Rift with Rifters.
I thought of the Rift Rap, but that doesn't really work.
Yeah, I just thought Rift with Rifters sounded catchy, but...
The Rift Raft.
Rafts with Rift.
It's like, I don't really want my name in it, though, because, like, it's kind of like, I don't want it to be, like, all about me, you know?
Yeah, I gotcha. We could just call it something like...
Beyond... I actually thought of an interesting one, but I don't know how it'd work. It's a bit long, but...
Dimensional Discussions, maybe?
Well, no, I was gonna call it Event Horizon, because Rift. Event Horizon?
Gotcha.
I don't know.
No,
that's quite long, though. But anyways, that's not important right now. We will get... You can see my fantastic background that I totally chose myself, and it's not just chosen for me by the PC.
To be honest,
we're gonna replace his world with Sky's theme, because Sky's theme is just basically my signature at this point. It truly does not get any better than Sky's theme when it comes to Maya. Oh my good god, they've changed Discord. Like, the overlays on Discord are so weird, are so different now. Right, can you see it?
Let's see.
You can also see the fucking remove ads thing up there. Whoops.
Yes, I can.
Oh shit, that's the wrong one. Right, how long have I been doing YouTube for? The Puff Chat, the Gaming Cast, the Puffers, Puffer Reacts, the Rift Revengers. Speaking of which, here he is.
Having the cheeky cameo.
Yeah. I'm still really annoyed that you couldn't play as Puffer in Spider-Man 2. You can play as Spider-Cube, and that's kind of the closest we could get. But that's about it. So with that being said, let's begin, as they say.
Imagine if Puffer was in the game. He just slap his fins when he's like flying.
Yeah, it's like Web Blossom in the first game. He just buzzes his fins and like the fucking webs go everywhere. Oh, that's actually a goated idea. They should have done that.
But yeah, I can only like stay on for maybe 2 hours, 3 max. But
well, that's fine. I'm hoping that we can get quite a bit of it done. But anyways,
Also lacked.
let's get to work. Apparently.
So Marvel Spider-Man 2 from Insomniac released last October. And if you've been following me for some time, it shouldn't be a surprise that I loved this game. But that doesn't mean I wasn't disappointed by some aspects of it. I thought the side missions weren't enough of an improvement over the first game, and that's obviously an area where the first game also lacked. And that's why I won't blame anyone for stating good criticism in an actual good way, and that goes for any area of the game, if you have good criticism that's well laid out. I can respect it even if I don't agree. But when you act like, certain league of people.
Superhero app that this fat Asian kid named Genki made for you.
Wow.
Jesus.
Alright.
I never played the Miles Morales
Every
game
time I
for
hear
obvious
synthetic
reasons.
man, it's just
So I had to
Wow!
It's a miracle that this guy hasn't been. Excuse me. It's a miracle that this guy hasn't been banned off YouTube. To be honest.
yeah, like just with these comments alone, it would be enough just to raise the like people should be rioting against this man already.
Yeah, it's kind of insane that this guy has like as big of a following as he does. It's like, and if I'm completely honest, it's kind of wild that Colin has as big of a following as he does. But I mean, it is what it is.
He got most of it from TikTok, but it transferred to YouTube over time.
I mean, that is true, but
Well,
like even so.
Yeah, you could even say that his Spider-Man videos are what gave him the traction he did, but it's like before that he wasn't that well known.
Oh, okay. That's when I just start to take the opinion less seriously. So to the little rats that like to go into my comment sections and be like, oh, this guy just a Spider-Man dick rider. He hate anyone who hates Spider-Man.
Your intellect is as weak as your dollar.
It's also like that kind of
Okay.
patronizing,
Your destiny.
condescending
You disrespect
mindset.
yourself and your nation. You are
Well,
made
well,
of...
here's
But
the thing. It's like regardless
One of
if you're like he puts in that clip of like your intellect is dumb. It's like belittling one's character if someone's belittling you is just proof that you are a dick rider. Like
it's
you're
also-
only confirming.
But it's also one of those where it's like, if people dub you as a Spider-Man fanboy, that shouldn't bother you if what you're saying's true.
Well, that's what I say. It's like,
Like, it's-
judge the argument.
It's
argument,
it's
not
really
for-
weird when people dub me as a Sonic fanboy. It's like when I am so freaking negative about a lot of the material. But anyways,
Yeah, like listen to the argument. Even if the person sending it, you can argue as a dick rider.
One of the things I was most disappointed by in this game was the narrative. When I first played it, I was, super high on the game, but in the passing weeks and almost of waiting to replay the story because New Game Plus took forever to come out, my opinion on it would change and my score for the story would go down after hearing and being in multiple arguments. But after going through the story again, I was reminded I still really like this game's story.
However,
My opinion is a bit complicated.
balance is a process,
Your opinion.
not a destination.
Now, this is a positive.
Hmm?
So this is something Liam and SK said in their stream, but it's like they say Colin puts out these clips to do some sort of emotional manipulation tactic to make you actually like the story out of context, where in context these he's hyping up.
I mean, I kind of agree in a sense, because it's like I've done something similar with like my fucking Spider-Man edits, but it's like with the point of like making an edit, I think that's fine, but when Yeah, I kind of agree that like what Colin is doing is kind of making it seem more epic than it actually is, and like cherry picking the best moments and just playing them out of context.
Sometimes you gotta push the past away so you can make room for the future.
All I wanted was to save everyone. I'm sorry, MJ, May. Now the city thinks that I'm the problem, but I'm not anymore.
I know you're hurting, Pete, but you're better than this.
Take off your mask. I want to see my nephew.
I don't know what to do.
Yeah, we'll just fast forward this.
Yes, you do.
Give me back my breath.
Mr. Periker.
To start off with Peter, we have to take it back a bit.
It feels so weird seeing his Spider-Man thing and the Spider-Man next to each other. Feels weird.
To the first game.
Well, it's just
In that
like
game,
the advanced suit 1.0 in that like picture alone looks better than the actual suit in the game.
I mean, I kind of agree, but like I think the advanced suit looks really good. It's just that because of the lighting in Spider-Man 1, there's quite a lot of, like, sunset shots. Like, for example, when he makes the advanced suit, you also have, immediately after he beats Martin Lee, where it's, like, sunset. So it's, like, a lot of the shots in the game show the suit as being, like, an orangey color. But it's, like, especially at night, if you look at the advanced suit, like, it is very red. Like, as red as the Spider-Man 2 version.
Well, I always had a problem with the blue because if you look at the blue color within Spider-Man Remastered, it looks more like a navy blue than the saturated blue that you see in that.
Like, I mean, to be fair, I don't mind the navy blue because if you saturate it too much, it just looks like cartoonish.
Well, it's just like that version of the blue on the Advanced Suit 1.0. I wish was on the Advanced Suit 2.
But it's like, regardless, I still think it looks better than, like, no disrespect to Spider-Man 2, I love it, but it's like, you know how there's some shots in the Tobey Maguire movie where the fucking suit looks black? Like, the blue is so dark, it almost looks black.
Yeah, it's like,
Hey, Jack Kentner, Jack Kentner, is that it? I'm sorry. I don't talk to you enough, I'm really sorry. You should check out Colin's Joker 2 review in response to Charlie in a future stream. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are. So it's like, I wasn't as big into the Joker movies, but I'm sure I'll still find something to enjoy.
one of Peter's biggest problems in the game was the dilemma of struggling with short versus long-term consequences. And while you can watch this video to go more in depth of the other areas of that flaw, one of the parts of that was Peter struggling with Peter balancing his life between Spider-Man, work, and his relationships. We see the way he puts Spider-Man over everything that's probably more important to his well-being in life. He'll constantly...
Go on.
Yeah, but the criticism with the game that people see, that Colin seems to ignore, is that the problem isn't that Peter lacks consequences. It's just that it seems that he's repeating the same ground of not being able to balance his life. Like,
yeah, that's kind of. But it's like, I think the problem with Spider-Man 1's story, and it's kind of like this is something that a lot of Insomniac haters tend to bring up, where it's like, they kind of like tread the grounds that Spider-Man typically has, where it's like, oh, he's broke, he struggles to, balance his life. But it's like, I feel like for a more experienced Spider-Man, it just becomes less believable. Like,
yeah,
I know that he's 23, like in the Spider-Man 1 game, so it makes sense that he'd struggle with like money and personal shit because he not so long ago he was a teenager. But I think within the context of him being Spider-Man for 8 years, it's like, I feel like balancing stuff he would have already got the hang of at that point.
Yeah, it just seems a bit odd place because it's like you expect Peter to get his shit together, but it just seems that he doesn't have his shit together.
Yeah, it's like there's moments in Spider-Man 1 that make you really believe that this man is such an experienced superhero that it's a wonder that he can ever lose. But then you have moments where it's like he's struggling to balance stuff, where it's like, it kind of feels like they're ticking boxes rather than making it feel realistic. Because it's like, one of the things that I hate about MCU Spider-Man is they try to treat him like a broke bitch, but it's like, I do not believe for a single second he's broke. It's like, his Spider-Man costume is worth like millions of dollars of Stark tech. It's like, he could just sell any one of his Spider-Man costumes and just instantly solve his money issues. So it's like,
even you can.
so it's like
worth-
within the context of the verse, I do not believe that MCU Spider-Man would ever struggle from money issues.
Constantly put the
At the very least, up until No Way Home, because obviously No Way Home, everyone's forgot he's Spider-Man, so that's different.
Well, it's just like, in the context of Insomniac, like, it's saying that he's been with Otto's lab since college, so this is like, outside of the Bugle and like Otto's lab, he hasn't had any work experience outside of that, so it makes sense. At the same time, it's like, after Otto loses his job, he's able to pay his Aunt May's like mortgage, which is $4,000 US, like over the course of 2 years to even keep it.
the short-term consequences of possibly saving a life over the long-term consequences of not giving himself a stable life. And in the beginning of Spider-Man 2, after an amazing opening set piece, we see this dilemma come smack him in the face once again. Instead of taking care of the responsibility of keeping Peter Parker's life together, he loses his job doing Spider-Man's responsibility of stopping Sandman. And even after stopping Sandman, instead of letting Miles take care of the aftermath of the fight so that he can get back to the school as quickly as possible, he's still doing everything he possibly can as Spider-Man to put other people before himself and putting unnecessary responsibility on his shoulders. I also like
I feel like unnecessary responsibility, like saving people is unnecessary.
It's like he's acting like Peter could just like after he stops the criminals, he could just swing back to the school and then just make up an excuse. But I just feel like from Peter's perspective right now, he's already kind of like past the point where it's like he knows he's going to be in trouble no matter what, so he's just trying to do what he can.
Yeah, it's like he's committed. But it's like I feel like the biggest problem with that scene is the fact that Miles doesn't even try to help him. I think that's the biggest problem with that scene. It's like even if you want to buy the argument that Peter can like the death of Aunt May is weighing heavy on him and he's just flustered, he can't like come up with a believable excuse. It's like, I think it's stupid that Miles doesn't even try to, like, make an excuse for him. Same with, like, Genki, and maybe even Haley. It's like, they clearly like him, but they just don't even try,
Yeah, like what? Let's say that for the sake of argument, say that they said that they were in danger and Peter saved them from like something. It's like, okay, Peter may have ditched the rest of the class, but he was doing it to save other students or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Jack says, Peter losing his job at the start is so contrived. He's super experienced being Spider-Man at this point, and he can't come up with an excuse. Sandman was attacking the city, he can't just say that his friends or family were in danger. Well, it's like, even if the principal said that, like, he has a responsibility to his students, I just think it's stupid that no one comes to his defense. Like, Miles doesn't, Genki doesn't.
Haley doesn't.
Yeah, even Haley. It's like, Haley can't... Well, yeah, it's like, Haley's deaf, but she can still communicate.
Well, it's just stupid because it's like they could cover him or give him every excuse in the sense that he was looking out for the students, not abandoning them.
It's like, it's not guaranteed to work. Like, the principal could fire him no matter what, but it's like, I feel like it's something Miles would try to do.
Like this dialogue that we get in the beginning of the game as well.
Like they just give up. Like Genki and the others don't do shit.
His anger sometimes. Just keep looking for people to help.
No, you sound like you're angry.
I'm not angry, Miles. Just focused.
That's what my mom always says when she's angry.
Come on. Pause it for a second.
You know.
You're on.
Like I just remember the line that Miles said. It's like, "Hey, you're just cutting class. I abandoned students on a citywide emergency." He's like, "Yeah, you're screwed." It's like it's like this idea that the writers just accepted that Peter was going to get in trouble no matter what, even if Miles just accepted that.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like Miles wouldn't accept that, which is kind of stupid.
Known me for a long time. When have you ever seen me angry?
I'm thinking.
It was a rhetorical question.
Got it. That one time we were playing a board game at your place and you kept losing.
I wasn't angry at you. I was angry at the universe.
This foreshadow.
But it's like, I also find that line ridiculously hard to believe, because it's like, I feel like I feel like that's more so Peter's area of... Like, I know it's probably just a joke, aside from anything else, but it's like, I feel like Peter's, intelligence is more specific for that sort of thing. But it's like, I think it's also just a kick in the balls, where it's like, yeah, gameplay is not necessarily canon, but it's like, I find it ridiculously hard to believe that Peter can lose a game of chess to Miles over and over again. Meanwhile, you see this motherfucker, like, solve a Rubik's Cube mid-air in, like, a second whilst free-falling.
Well, no.
Like, I know that gameplay is not canon, but it's like, I still think it's, like, kinda... It's like, they expect you to believe that Miles is better at that shit than Peter, but it's like, I feel like that is literally Peter's area of expertise.
Well, no. Like, the board game they're referring to is the one they show at the final end of, like, you know, when they're, like, prepping the plan for Venom. And it appears to be, like, a D&D game where it's, like, a roll of the dice in which Parker Luck is involved. Where it's, like, Peter rolls the dice, but he always gets the short end of the stick.
But it's like, either way, I just find it ridiculously hard to believe that Peter would lose shit like this to Miles. Especially if it's, like, a game of luck, because surely they'd have an even chance.
Shadows Peter's
Well, it's just like it's implying Peter in a game of luck always loses to Miles.
Which I think is stupid, but anyways.
Shown later in the game.
I have a show name suggestion, the Quillcast. Quillcast is alright.
We then move on to Peter's house, where we get shown that he feels overwhelmed with his work-life balance, and how he's pushing himself too hard as Spider-Man. Everything in his house alludes to this. Speed Nonagon.
Oh man, I've been wanting to play this. Just need to find the time.
Maze Rent.
May mortgage the house to keep Beast afloat. And now I'm sinking.
Peter losing his job and talking to MJ about what to do next. Even saying that he wants to take a break from finding a job.
Bummer that the teaching thing didn't work out. What's next, do you think?
I don't know. To be honest, I'd like to take some time off, but I can't really afford to.
And his house is also just a mess. Another thing we get here is the fact that Peter is internally still holding on to May's loss.
Hey, what's this?
So pause it for a second.
Stuff?
I want to address now.
I need to donate it, but not just yet.
And not just May's loss either.
Oh man. It's you like a rogue wave sometimes.
And then we get this cutscene.
Yeah, it's...
Well, it's just like people make the argument that Peter's mentally or weak-willed because he can't get over Aunt May's death.
Well, it's like, I feel like the reason that doesn't really work is literally just the City That Sleeps DLC, where it's like it takes place like months after the events of the main game, yet he seems fine.
Yeah, like he doesn't seem like he's struggling in any way.
Yeah, it's like he seems basically like perfectly fine. It's like he's joking with Hammerhead, he's joking with Black Cat, he's joking with Sable. But you don't really get the idea that Peter is like struggling in any way. Like, well, he seems like he genuinely like, to be honest, the City That Sleeps DLC captures Peter like in this game or this series more than the main game did. It's like in the DLC he seems not perfect. Like, obviously he makes mistakes and, you know, people die as a result. But it's like in the it's kind of like where like, I think it's Turf Wars, where there's a mission where you play as MJ and you're like in the alleyway, and she escapes the alleyway and Peter's just chilling there, like finishing his pizza whilst in the Spider-Man costume. It's like, it almost seems like too easy for him at this point. It's like he's balanced everything, but it's like the idea that months after someone's died, he's okay, but like 2 whole years later, like all of a sudden, like, all of this shit is just mentally weighing him down. It's like, that just doesn't work.
Well, it makes it even worse considering the Miles Morales game. He practically acted fine. Like, outside of Miles' mix-up with Rhino, it's like he was just taking some time off to, like focus on himself and MJ and just, like, make some money.
Yeah.
With May, that sets up Peter's arc for this game.
When I was your age, I was head of the debate club, captain of the soccer team, and second violin in orchestra. Every year, I wanted a new feather in my cap. But when I tried to add honor roll student on top, I fell apart. Instead of being good at a few things, I wasn't good at anything.
So?
It's like, the reason why I actually really don't like, I don't like this scene at all, because, like, I feel like this is a complete spit in the face of Spider-Man 1, where it's like, like, the idea that Aunt May told Peter this, meanwhile, literally all of Spider-Man 1 happened, and he was fine for the most part.
Well, I also found this address, like someone in the comments just simply said that Peter probably does feel this way. He just covers up his feelings most of the time with his like positive attitude.
Well, no, but it's like I feel it's like in Spider-Man 1, it's like he's mostly fine, but then like even after Aunt May's death, he's mostly fine. But then in Spider-Man 2, all of a sudden it just like overwhelms him. It's like it just it doesn't feel believable to me.
Well, it's like the more I'm thinking about it, it's just like it seems like whenever we see Peter, it's like after Aunt May's death, it's always been him in the mask, not him as Peter. And I feel like that's something that could play a factor in the sense that we've been seeing Peter as Spider-Man covering up his feelings, but it's like we don't. It's like we see in the Miles Morales game, he seems fine, but it's like if he is feeling this level of grief, he's not showing it as Spider-Man. He'd be showing it as Peter. But I just don't see how that. Like that's never. It's like that feels like headcanon, but it's like it makes sense.
But it's like because like they kind of do something similar with this in fiction, where it's like they do it with like the Punisher and Daredevil, where it's like, oh, you're one bad day away from being me. Like all it takes is like one bad day, and then it just breaks you. But it's like I don't think they do a good enough job at explaining that in Spider-Man 2, where it's like, okay, what happens? Peter has to ditch a career. It's like he's done that so many times. He has to fight Sandman. He's done that in the past. It's like he gets fired. That's happened before. It's like I don't think Spider-Man 2 does anything that would convince me that Peter is a broken man. Like other than the idea that like Aunt May's death is weighing on him, but it's like you don't really get the idea that Aunt May's death is like holding him back in the City That Sleeps DLC.
Well, it's just like the way I always saw it when I first played it is the idea that Peter has just been so fatigued with losing his job, not being able to keep it or all that. It's like it seems like he's fatigued more than anything else because it's just like he can't just get his shit on properly. But not even just that, it's also the fact that when you look at everything up to the point of Spider-Man 2, it's just like it feels like the explanation they have is it's like a rogue wave when he sees Ben's like, you know, watch thing where it's like, yeah, like realistically speaking, Peter should feel like shit because of May's death because he did everything he could in the PS4 game and she still died. True.
Well, yeah, and it was technically Peter's fault that she died because it's like he helped create the fucking arms.
Well, it's just like he could have made a selfish decision and save her, but he had to make the selfish decision.
Well, no, it's like I feel like losing his job in the PS4 game would break him, if anything. Because it's like not only did he lose a mentor figure, but it's like he worked on the technology that resulted in like Doc Ock's plan succeeding, which resulted in a pandemic, which resulted in Aunt May's death. It's like I feel like if anything was gonna break him, it would be that. But then like in the DLC, he's fine. In the Miles Morales game, he's mostly fine. And now all of a sudden, he's just, like, broken. It just doesn't feel believable to me.
Well, it's just, like, the only way you can chalk it up to is, like, he's fatigued. Like, he's been trying to recover, but it doesn't feel like he... Like, it's kind of like that idea that he's just been deflecting the pain all this time. And only now is he, letting it get to him. But it's, like, it doesn't feel natural because we don't see the Queen.
But well, it's like it just doesn't feel believable in the slightest.
Well, it's just like people said this before. They compare it to like Spider-Man 2 for Raimi, where it's like, how is he like so good as a superhero and like getting everything done in the first film, yet he's just struggling in the second film? Like, it's like that the reason it works for Spider-Man 2 is because we know time's passed and we can fill in the details.
No. The reason why it works in Spider-Man 2 is because literally everything in his life has gone to shit. It's like to the point where literally everything he does doesn't work. It's like even when he has like one positive thing, it results in two negative things. But it's like with Insomniac, it's like okay, he loses it's like, okay, he loses his job, but he doesn't suffer as Spider-Man. It's like he has Miles there who's got his back the entire time. It's like he's got MJ there who's very supportive, if, you know, it is what it is. So it's like, I don't even buy the argument, because it's like MJ is there for him. Same with Miles as well. It's like...
It's like, if anything, it's like even if he does do a positive resulting in two negatives, he has support in the background.
Yeah, and the same thing with Harry as well. It's like Harry's like always there for him. It's like it just doesn't it doesn't, and also you have like Rhea, who it's implied that she knows he's Spider-Man. It's like he could talk with her at any point. It's like this version of Peter has like so many people he could talk to like help him through his struggles. But it's like in fucking the Raimi films, he basically had no one. It's like he couldn't even talk to Aunt May about it because she didn't know he was Spider-Man, and she was going through her own stuff.
Well, it's like even in the PS4 game, it's like Peter basically only had MJ who knew his secret. But it's like even if that translated to the second game, where it's like, oh, if he was still breaking up and MJ was the only one that knew, it's like I don't understand why it's so hard for Peter to connect with people in the sense. Like, it would make sense that for 8 years straight, he thought that he had to keep the secret to himself other than MJ. But it's like 2 years, people like Rio, Miles, Genki, Haley, all these people.
King Kronos. Hey, Kronos, it's good to have you here, dude. If you are who I think you are, are you the Kronos that was with SK and Colin in that debate? I don't know. You may or may not be who I think you are, but anyways, keep in mind he was still in high school in Spider-Man 1, and in Spider-Man 2 he has adult responsibilities and needs to handle things like bills and a job. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. It's like, he had to make like that transition in his life, which is something that Insomniac he'd already made that transition long ago.
Yeah, and to this person saying, can it just be that Peter's just overwhelmed? Like, yeah, but it's just like, why would he allow himself to be overwhelmed?
Right, but Harry sways him into joining, and after this, Peter finally feels like he has hope of a stable career.
Getting to do real science, though.
It's like, this is another thing as well. It's like, this version of... It's like, this is probably still in the first act of the game. It's like, suddenly him losing a job doesn't even matter, because it's like, he has the prospect of getting, like, an actual stable job. It's like, I know that Harry doesn't know he's Spider-Man at this point in the story, but it's like, I feel as though Harry would be able to cover for him.
Well, it's not even just... It's like the only reason Peter would not accept the offer is because he's afraid of disappointing again or getting fired again. But it's like he needs a job to even keep May's house. So it's like he really has no other option.
Well, no, but it's like he's not like a fucking like paper boy. It's like he's working like for Oscorp essentially in an insanely futuristic facility. It's like that would pay him so well.
Actual money! Oh my god, I finally did it! I have a stable career!
And he can head towards the path of balance, and his best friend has superpowers.
I don't like
They're having fun together, now fighting.
Career. Like, because about it, he's been with Otto since college, and like it's implied, like even in the prequel novel Hostile Takeover, basically Peter's been working at Otto's like lab since he was like 21 to 22. Up till 23, so he's been working at the office, like at Otto's lab, for 2 years straight. It's like, why does he say I finally have a stable career?
I mean, it is what it is. Maybe he's referring to the teaching thing, but...
Craven's goons may not be the best kind of fun, but they push through it together and they are glad to be with each other. But then...
Oh god, this scene.
This is where people say Peter's nerfed. Like, caught off guard.
Yeah, Colin plays a hell of a lot of scene.
Yeah, you can skip most of it.
It's like,
yeah, like
the whole Peter is nerfed thing is actually something that it's kind of interesting about, because it's like I feel like Peter taking an L to Craven is kind of like acceptable given the context of the game, but there are a few examples where it's just so blatantly stupid. Like where
for example,
like I think the example that I think is the worst one is where like Harry basically destroys the fucking Oscorp container when he's in like a near-death state. Like I think that one is unacceptably terrible.
Well, the two main ones that really get people is the roller coaster and the idea that in the Sandman fight, it's like, no, not the Sandman, but it's just the idea that Peter throughout the entire game is either getting his ass kicked or is always overwhelmed when he otherwise shouldn't be. Like the roller coaster, he should have been able to handle that all by himself.
Talk to me.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong. It's like, especially when you compare the roller coaster to the crane in the first game. It's like, I feel like he should have been able to handle that.
Peter dies. So go back quickly, there's a moment during
Peter dies.
the Coney
Not really.
Island mission where Peter is not able to save people. At least not on his own. And all he's able to do is say,
Sorry!
Sorry? What are you apologizing? They've cut Peter Parker. They've cut Spider-Man.
this is where we get
Well, it's like, I feel like this scene is kind of stupid, because it's like, I feel like Peter would be able to save those people. It's like, when you like, how strong he is.
Well, it's just like, think of it like this. In that position, like, he could just simply push it up. Like, if the thing's not as heavy, like, Harry, even in this weakened state, is struggling to hold it with both arms. And it's just like, this is the weakest version of Venom we've seen. It's like, if that version of Venom can do it, I'm pretty sure Peter can do it.
Well, it's not even that. It's like, I feel like the writers themselves kind of fuck themselves here, because it's like, okay, in his right hand, he's holding up a fucking Ferris wheel, and in his left hand, he's struggling to hold up a roller coaster car. It's like, do they, like, it just seems really weird how he's able to do that. It's like, obviously, yeah, there's probably, like, scrap metal and the remains of the fucking wheel that are partially supporting the wheel, so he's probably not supporting the entire structure with his right hand. But it's like, even so, it's like...
No. It's confirmed the whole thing, structure-wise, was completely dismantled.
Well, it's like, even...
That's why
well, it's like, even then, in Spider-Man 1, it's like, he's able to, like, slow down the descent of, like, a giant-ass crane. He can, like, he can support the weight of, like, several train cars with his webs. He can stop, like, helicopters taking off.
Well, it's like, what makes it worse is, like, as soon as Harry says go, he just yeets the roller coasters like nothing.
I'm confused. Has your opinion on the story changed? I mean, I was never a huge fan of the story. Like, I always acknowledged that the story was shit. The main... Well, not shit, but, like, not as bad as people say it is, but, like, the story is the worst part of the game for me. I think the main area that I disagreed on is the idea that he's nerfed, but it's like, even then, there's some examples where I just cannot defend it, like the fucking Harry destroying the Oscorp container. I just think that's so stupid.
Well, it's just like, regardless of your opinion of Peter, it just seems like he's just like he's either incompetent, incapable, or screwed over by the situation. Where it's like, no matter what way you see it, it's like he's put on the back foot in this game by the writing.
The Iron Spider legs are a game mechanic, not canon to the story. I don't.
Yes, they are. They're canon because they're shown like.
Well, they're shown in the cutscenes, like when he defeats him and Miles defeat fucking Sandman. Like, I think the biggest, and you also see them again when he's like lifting rubble after the Sandman encounter. I think I think the biggest issue is just they're not shown enough in the story.
Well, it's just like they're implied, I believe, by the original script that Peter was going to upgrade them to combat Venom, which would have made more sense. But it's like at the beginning of the game, they're said to be prototypes, meaning they're not fully like developed.
Get more foreshadowing of the thing that the Black Suit arc brings to light, the pent-up darkness within Peter. And now when Peter dies, all he can do in his final moments once again is apologize one final time to MJ.
Sorry. I was always so busy. What was he sorry for? I don't even understand. What are you sorry for?
Well, the symbiote is what saves him, and that's the start of the addiction.
Oh, this is one thing that they heavily disagreed with.
So one thing is that people say Peter's not truly addicted to it because there have to be negative consequences to an addiction. As in, like, it can't just be something that you want for the simple fact of helping you. It has to have some sort of negative repercussion behind it. Like, if you can't live without it, like you're itching to get it again, or like just something that negatively impacts.
Well, it's like, I feel like the way they handled it in Spider-Man 2 was weird, where it's like, there's times where the suit does affect him, and then it feels like it hasn't affected him, and then it feels like it's really affected him, and then, like, you kind of get the idea that there's an addiction, because there's a part in the third act where he says, like, oh, I really wish I had that extra symbiote strength right about now, but then, like, nothing else comes to it. and then he just gets anti-venom anyways, which is basically like all of the good things of the addiction with none of the drawbacks. It's like it's so weird how they handled it.
Well, it's just like the reason that always hit wrong with me with like Peter's arc is it's basically saying that don't smoke, use a vape. Where it's like
Yeah,
just because
quite literally. It's like how are you supposed
to take the whole lesson seriously if the whole message is, oh, you can still do it just as long as it's this kind, not this kind. And it's like, that's not the whole point of the black suit arc in any media. The whole point of the black suit is that Peter should realize that he's more than enough without it.
Riftical Rex, that is an amazing name. It's good to have you here. The negative consequences is that the suit is corrupting him and is accelerating the negative feelings he holds deep inside. But it's like...
Oh, no. That's not, but the problem is that that's either the suit. It's not Peter at that point. The whole point of the black suit is that Peter, even if he's influenced, should still be somewhat addicted. Like they show this perfectly in Spectacular, where the symbiote does give him benefits that makes him addicted to it, to the point where it's like even if it's influencing thoughts, he almost agrees with it up to a certain point.
Well, it's like you also have like. I feel like the suit's influence is very inconsistent in the game, but he does go into that later on.
The next mission, we go into a big dinner Kraven is hosting, and we get 3 moments that I really like. One, where the suit helps Peter get inside. 2, when he saves someone and says this.
A true hunter.
Like,
adepts. So hunters were nuts. Can't believe the suit listened to me. Wish my suit had a neural interface like this. I could work with Harry, do the hero gig, and take a vacation all at once.
He immediately starts to take a liking to the suit because he feels as though it makes him better, and physically, he is better. I mean, look at this guy.
Okay, gameplay is not
I mean, he's probably joking there, but like, even so.
Yeah, but
Peter is about
can
to
I
leave.
respond
We see
to
the
the person
suit
in the chat? Insomniac Spidey, just because the black suit, like, we get the whole arc with Anti-Venom and the black suit, like, and how it represents Peter's, like, rebalance, but the problem with it is if Peter gets the Anti-Venom suit, which has all the benefits of the black suit, but none of the drawbacks, it takes away the whole point of overcoming an addiction. It's basically replacing the addiction with something that just compensates for it just in a healthier way.
But it's like, I'd also point out, the whole, like, black suit representing, like, unbalance and stuff, it's like, that's never once... Like, I feel like that sort of shit is, like, what is...
supposed to be, but it's not represented in the game.
Yeah, kind of. It's like, the idea... There was a thing that I made in a previous video, where I was like, okay, the black suit is symbolic because the evil's on the outside, but the white logo shows that the goodness is still in Peter. And then the anti-venom is the opposite, where it's like the good is on the outside, but he still has darkness inside of him. But like, even then, that's just me filling in the blanks. It's like, it's never implied in the game. So it's like, if you want to have that theory in your head, and it makes the game better for you, that's perfectly fine. But it's not in the game. So it's like it's kind of... Well, it would be like if I said, it would be like if you said, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, if you were to say, like, oh, the newest Call of Duty game has a shit campaign, and I said, oh no, the campaign's good because I just imagined my main character having a chicken head for the entire campaign. It's like, that's just me filling in the blanks for them. It's like, it's not really, like, in the game. There's no evidence to suggest that that is how it is. It's like, that's
also,
kind of...
Like, Phoenix just said something, and I want to just...
Also, can we just appreciate how good this shot is? The fucking detail on the costume is insane.
But here's the problem with that, Phoenix. If Peter knows Harry's dying, why is he refusing to give him the black suit? Like, that's the only thing that you can possibly say is the addictive aspect, but you could also just say the symbiote's influencing him. In the sense that if Peter truly cared about Harry dying, he... Like that's the only defense you have for the addiction.
I mean, to be fair, Peter does try give the suit to Harry, like, almost instantly.
Well, no, we're just talking about after the nightmare thing with MJ.
Gotcha.
It's amplification.
Like he
of
just
Peter's
outright
anger
says,
to
Harry doesn't
control
need the
for a
suit. I can
second.
keep it.
That wasn't me.
Well, if that wasn't him, it's not Peter. He didn't even kill him.
Let's like a couple of issues here. First of all, why the fuck is the hunter surrendering? Like that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
2, I don't get why Peter is freaking out about yeeting a guy through a wall, because it's like he does that like quite often in the fucking PS4 game. But also, like, I don't get how this point is evidence of Peter being corrupted when it's like...
He admits it wasn't him.
Yeah, it's like Peter admits it wasn't him. And it's like, he's kind of like instantly... It's not like Spider-Man 3, where it's like, in the subway battle, it's pretty clear he's not himself for the entire fight. But it's like, this is like a moment where the suit basically, like, acts on its own free will, if you like.
Well, let's be honest. The only time that Peter ever acts corrupted is after EMF is destroyed.
Brutal Peter is with the suit on. Borderline.
But it's like, even then, it's like, as soon as Peter gets the fucking costume, like, literally exactly when he gets the costume, he instantly sounds like fucking Bully Lowenthal. Like, with his dialogue, he's like, no wonder your family left you. It's like, it comes out of fucking nowhere.
Well, it just feels like the symbiote is like letting loose for the first time. It's like not only is Peter feeling good, but it's like somehow the symbiote got a power amp after bonding for Peter. It's like that's the only thing that you can say.
Well, it's like, if that was the case, I feel like Peter would instantly realize something is wrong. It's like after that fight, he'd be like, "Holy shit!" It's like, okay, I'm alive. That's a good thing, but what the fuck is happening to me?
Yeah, like what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, it's like he gets the fucking suit and instantly starts going crazy. And like no one, I don't know. It's weird.
No one line almost killing someone. And I'll touch more on how the story touches upon a lot, like about the themes of like Peter not killing, why he doesn't do it, and how he thinks about it. But just like with Harry when he starts going crazy on Craven for stabbing Peter, I don't think it's just the symbiote. It's the anger that the host has, whether it be pent up or brought up in the moment, that the symbiote amplifies and learns from. And I'll get more into that during the Venom part of the video.
Okay, this is where I don't agree with it. No, but I just talked to this with, like, Liam said this yesterday, and I fully agree with it. If Norman and Connors have been torturing this thing, weakening it for years before even bonding to Harry, it would understand anger.
That's what I was about to say, yeah. It's like, the idea that the suit learns anger from Spider-Man when this fucking creature has been tortured and abused for years, and it was already aggressive, like, the second it landed on Earth, like, because it latched onto Connors, and it was dubbed as being an aggressive being.
Well, it's not even just that. It's like, even if you say Connors and Norman didn't torture it, it's been isolated in a fucking tank for over a decade.
Yeah, it was basically, like, in the equivalent of, like, a concentration camp for it. It's like, it was... like behind locked doors, behind walls, it was subjected in a solution, like the liquid tank that Harry was in.
It's been left for who knows how long. It's
like the idea that the symbiote learns anger and sadness and regret and all of these things from Peter is fucking ludicrous.
Wizard part of this
what's even dumber is that if you consider how psychology works, leaving a child in a closet since birth up until they're 16, they would not be sane after that.
Yeah, it's like, it's the reason why you have characters like fucking Cletus Cassidy. It's like they were just like they had a shit upbringing and they were but anyways.
And even regresses as a character from what he grew from in the first game. And he starts pushing people away in his life, like MJ, and Miles for making Peter lose track of the lizard with this alley-oop plan.
What are you guys doing? Trying to take out that gunship! Can't get close enough! I can't! I put him back, remember? Bro, that's it! 3! Alley-oop on 3! 1, 2, 3! Alley! Woo!
It's like even it's like even in that moment, it's like he just fucking drops the guy on the floor.
Well, it's like that's a good moment though.
Well, yeah, it's like Peter just freaking just drops that guy on the floor and just looks pissed. It's like clearly the suit is affecting him.
He got away from us.
That is a pretty... hold on.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker. Let's go, man, before he gets too far.
No. He's mine.
You sure? It's got big teeth.
So do I.
Hey.
Instead of saying "so do I," imagine if he said "so do we."
Yeah, something like that. It's like, I think it's kind of stupid that, like... I think it's also kind of weird that he says, like, Miles was off his game, and, like, we almost had Lizard and what have... well, actually, no, I take that back. Yeah, I was about to say, it feels weird that he, like, goes after Lizard by himself, but he literally says in this fucking scene, sometimes it's easier to do things myself. I take that back, but anyways.
Well, it's like he's probably stronger than Miles anyway, so...
What's wrong?
It's like Miles will just get in his way.
Something.
Miles was off his game. We almost...
It never felt anger from another human. It felt anger from Harry. What do you mean? Like, it felt anger. Like... It felt anger. Like, you know when the symbiote, like, goes off of Norman onto Harry, it's like, Harry is, like, screaming when the fucking tank closes. It's like he's clearly, like, angry or scared or something.
Or in pain, even. Or
yeah,
disoriented,
and that takes place like, before the events of the PS4 game.
Like, it should even understand fear at that point. Like, self-preservation.
Sure trying to help.
Sometimes it's just easier to do things myself.
Hey, that's not fair, Pete. We're a team.
We just really need Connors right now. For Harry.
And he's trying to do everything himself, and it's all amplified by the symbiote and the emotions within Peter, because of what Kraven is doing to Connors and the fact that Harry is dying. And while Peter is projecting at Lizard...
You're too weak to get control back, aren't you? I'm gonna have to punch you out myself!
Using the TASM suit here is pretty based.
No wonder your family left you! You're not strong enough!
We get dialogue about Harry in the Lizard boss fight, where we see those fears of losing someone he loves come up again.
He's dying, Doc! I can't lose him! You're the only one who can help him! He needs the suit! And I need your help to give it to him!
But after coming into...
That's another thing where, I mean, it's inconsistent. 'Cause it's like, it's like, at the fucking, party, where... at the Hunter party, Peter is like, oh wow, you know, this suit is amazing. It's like, if like my, you know, I could be a hero, I could take a break, and I could work with Harry all at once. It's like, he's clearly, like, wanting to keep the suit, but then you have moments like this, like, quite a long time afterwards, where he's, like, openly okay with getting rid of the fucking black suit. Like, it's so weird how they do it. It's like, they kind of, like, want you to run with this idea that Peter is, like, addicted to the suit. And, like, he's really, like, he likes the suit and he wants to keep it. But then, like, several scenes later, they'll be like, oh, like, Peter's completely okay with getting rid of the costume. Like, it's so weird how they do it.
Well, it's just like the way I see it. It's like if an addict says, I will only stop after this point. I will only stop after this point. But it's like when they get to that point, they can't let it go.
Well, no, but it's like Peter is completely okay with giving it to Harry. Like, after this boss fight.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Is like, it seems like that's what they're trying to go for, but it comes off the wrong way.
Sunku Prime, it's good to be here, dude. Make yourself at home.
Also,
Meteor and...
Also, pause it for a second. This is the scene where me and Kronos, and commented back to me when we said this, but essentially...
Oh, did Kronos...
Yeah, Kronos was actually in the chat, so... Or at least he was here.
Yeah, he's still here.
But essentially, it's just the idea, if the meteorite... Like, we established that if the symbiote gets stronger, like, as it bonded from Harry to Peter... And it's like, it may not have had the memories of the meteor, but it's like, after it reaches the meteor, what's to stop it from, like, doing the alien invasion if that was its purpose?
But it's like, I also hate this part, because it's like, even after... Like, I feel like this is the part where Peter should have truly become, like, an asshole if he like, actually was addicted. Because it's like, the suit's mutated, where it's like, okay, before it kind of looked like a Spider-Man suit. Now it just looks like something that the Doomslayer would hunt down. But it's like, even at this point, he's still kind of like umming and ahhing as to like whether he's like actually like addicted to it or whether he's just chill. Like,
well, it's
he
just
doesn't...
weird because it's just like, no matter your interpretation, it's like if the symbiote wants to help its host, but it's doing so in a way that's like, where it's like morally absent, where it doesn't understand right or wrong like we humans do, it still wouldn't work because it's like Peter wants to keep it but also get rid of it. It's like, which one is it? Which one?
After Dr. Connors brings up destroying the suit...
Yeah, it's like he acts like a fucking horror movie character with Connors, but then he's just chill afterwards. It's weird.
We call it a symbiote.
Well, it's just like if the symbiote's acting to do what Peter wants, it's like it's doing a pretty...
Gave it to you?
Like, it seems random.
Not exactly. I was hurt, and it chose you.
Like, you would think if the symbiote's getting more control, it would want to keep that control.
It's more dangerous than I could have imagined. We need to call Oscorp. We need to destroy it.
Destroy us? You said it chose me, Doc. It makes me a better Spider-Man.
The symbiote begins to take over more and more control to the point where it almost hurts MJ for hurting them. And this is also where we start to see the
pause it for a
symbiote's
second,
fear
Riff.
for...
Yeah, what's up?
I feel like what makes the scene even worse is that Peter says it makes me a better Spider-Man instead of it makes us a better Spider-Man. It's like, it's implied that this is what Peter thinks, not what the symbiote in him thinks. Like, if they just change the dialogue just a little bit, can it be interpreted differently?
But it's like, I feel like it's just very inconsistent, where it's like, I feel like this is the sort of dialogue he should have had before he got the symbiote suit. Like, this is the sort of dialogue he should have had, like,
right when he got it, right?
Well, yeah, like, exactly. It's like, he should have said this to Harry, like, when he's, what's its face? Like when they're discussing about how to track down Connors, or Craven, sorry, he should have said, don't worry, this suit, like, I feel stronger than ever in this suit, like, I'll save you. Like, he should have said something like that, but the fact that it's here, it feels like a weird place to have it.
Well, it's just weird because I feel like the best way to describe how it should have worked is that Peter should have had the idea in his head where he wants to keep the suit no matter what, and that he never really intended to get it off, but he's getting Connors to make an alternate cure because he thinks he made it.
But I have heard people say that
that would have been a
MJ
better
has
way to
plot
go
armor
about
in this scene. I don't think it's that, because I do think during this scene, Peter's subconscious was holding the symbiote back, as he did tell MJ to run, and I don't know why the symbiote would really do that if it wanted to hurt or kill MJ. The symbiote...
Yeah, I do agree that's stupid. MJ should probably have died here.
Well, it's just like, even if you wanted to argue Peter was somehow holding it back, like subconsciously even, it's like MJ shouldn't have stood a chance, because holding back Spider-Man, like, even base would be more than enough.
But it's like, even when holding back, you can fodderize the fucking soldiers, the hunters with the symbiote.
Well, it's just like, even if you wanted to say the weakest version of Spider-Man, holding back would still be too much for a regular human to get away from.
Yeah, it's like, it doesn't really matter, like, MJ has training in, like, self-defense, and she has, like, training from Symkaria, but it's like, none of her training would prepare her for this situation.
Like, the only way she could have gotten away is if Peter was fighting it back, like, long enough for her to get a head start. But if it, like, caught up to her or caught her in any capacity like it did in the cutscenes, it's like, she should have, like, it should have ended there.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't buy the argument that MJ was trained by Sable, therefore she can escape symbiote Peter. It would be like if someone said to you, okay, you've been trained in karate, fight a werewolf. It's like, no amount of training is preparing you for that.
Yeah, it's just like the cutscene, while cool, it's just like MJ shouldn't have gotten out of that situation. It's like if it was structured differently, yes, but the way it was, absolutely.
It's like, I feel like an easy way of fixing the scene, just replace MJ with Miles. The scene would have worked perfectly. It's like, okay, Miles is shitting himself, like, he doesn't know what's going on, but at the very least he has the ability to escape.
Well, no, it's just like the idea, he knows he can't fight Peter this way, he has to run.
well, not even that he can't fight Peter, the idea that he just has no idea what's happening with Peter. Like, he has no idea that it's the suit causing him to do that. Like, literally, if you were to replace MJ with Miles, I think that at this point in the story it would make a degree of sense. The idea that Miles doesn't want to fight Peter and he has, like, no fucking idea what's going on. He doesn't know that it's the suit causing it. But at the very least, Miles, like, obviously has spider powers. He's, like, fairly comparable to Peter. It's like, it would be logical that he could escape Spider-Man under the right circumstances. But the idea that it's Miles, that it's MJ, sorry, it just doesn't work. I think it's really stupid.
Like the way it was done could have been done so differently, even if you wanted to have it.
Like, they could have literally swapped Miles and MJ, and it would have made perfect sense. Like, MJ gets captured, Kraven uses her as bait to draw out Peter. It's like, I think it would have worked better.
Yeah, like, that would have worked better. In fact, that would piss off Peter more than ever.
Yeah, like, I feel like that would have made more sense. But anyways, hey, guys is in the chat. Muse could take out symbiote Peter, who was forced to compete in Taekwondo. I know, right?
So much that it makes Peter push everyone away due to thinking they can't handle themselves and would only make this job harder.
Well, okay.
I feel like the stupidest part of this scene, in all honesty, is the fact that his phone's on like 1%. It's like, I feel like Peter would not, but anyway.
Well, it's just like 9:46. Okay, we'll pay attention, and throughout all that time, he's been fucking off.
But it's like, I also, this is actually a detail that I never noticed before. If you look at Peter, he's still wearing his web shooters, but it's like, that would imply that Peter, because it's like a good comparison is like, you know in Spectacular where he like reaches for the web shooters, but then the symbiote just kind of makes the webs for him, and he's just like, oh well, fuck this, I don't need the web shooters anymore. It's like, at this point in Spider-Man 2, it's like, okay, the symbiote touched the meteor, it changed its appearance, it clearly has a greater control over Peter, or a greater influence over Peter. It's like, I feel like at this point in the story, he should have ditched the web shooters. Like, he doesn't need them anymore. It's like, okay, the fucking, the symbiote can make its own webs. It's like, even in gameplay, it's like, the webs are black instead of white, or grey, rather. It's like, I just think it's kind of weird that he would keep wearing the fucking web shooters.
Well, you know what I also found fascinating, the more I was thinking about it? Imagine if Peter, say, after the black suit was removed, it wasn't the advanced suit, but it was just like Peter in like his undies or pajamas, and he had to get out of there or something. And it's like, he has to go home and rest because of the fight, and it's like, just removing it was so taxing, and Miles brings it to Oscorp, but it's like, that's when Venom appears.
It makes me a better Spider-Man. Yeah, it's odd. What's up with Spider-Man? Also, can we just appreciate the fact that he like, fucking 7 hours have passed, meanwhile his phone's still not dead?
Yeah, it's like, what was he doing throughout that time? Just watching stuff on his phone?
What are you doing?
So now we have the fucking, the article, hold on. It's not that big of a deal, he's still wearing the web shooters, you're nitpicking. Well, I'm not nitpicking, because it's like, the reason, I gave you an example, it's like, in Spectacular, he's like, oh, I don't really need the web shooters anymore because the suit can do it for me. It's like, in gameplay, as well as in the cutscenes, it's like the fucking suit, like, can just spawn a million tendrils and just restrain the lizard. It's like, why would he even bother wearing the web shooters at that point? And the suit can also generate its own webbing, which we see in cutscenes. It's like, it feels really weird that he would keep wearing the web shooters.
Yeah, it's just like, why? Like, if Peter truly thinks that it makes him better, he would even ditch his advanced suit and the iron arms.
Yeah, it's like, this is shown in, like, quite a few medias. It's like, even in, like, in the 90s show, it's like, he doesn't need the web shooters anymore, because the webs come from, like, the back of his, fist, rather than, you know, his wrists. In the Raimi films, it's also different webbing, because it's organic. In Spectacular, he ditches the web shooters because the suit can make webs for him. It just feels really weird that he'd, like, continue wearing the fucking web shooters. At the very least, they should have had a cosmetic change. They should have been, like, black and white to indicate that, like, the symbiote had, like, messed with them in some way.
Or, like, the idea that they could be damaged, or, like, that they could be warped in some way where they're useless now.
The fucking...
MJ, what are you doing?
Now, this article I do think was unnecessary from MJ's part, but it's just like, I don't know what else she could have done.
Well, it's like, I feel like the article is very... We'll get to it. Because we're at the scene anyways. Also, I'm just gonna say right now, I really dislike the idea that the symbiote just makes all the fucking clothes black. I do dislike that. I don't know. I kind of... It is a nitpick, but it's just me.
Just remember.
Also, I checked Peter's character model, and I compared it to his, like, when he's in the advanced suit. He's a lot skinnier in his Peter clothing than he would be, like, in his Spider-Man. Like, if he was actually muscular, his clothes would be more baggy and he look more he would just look bigger, not skinnier.
From that perspective, I can understand what you're saying, but it's still a nitpick. Well, no, I don't think it's a nitpick, because it like... I feel like it would negatively impact the fucking...
Well, it's just like, why would the symbiote color his web shooters
it's like,
black?
Well, no, it's like... So they're going with this idea of Peter being addicted to the suit. It's like, if he's addicted to the suit, why would he bother, like, wearing his original shit? Because it's like, he's clearly ditched the advanced suit. Or at the very least, like, the advanced suit, like, he's not wearing in public anymore. So it feels weird that he would wear the web shooters. It's kind of like... It's kind of like... And it's also one of those in gameplay as well. Like, I know this is gameplay, so I'm only going to mention it briefly, but it's like, you have, like, all of Peter's abilities, like, with the spider arms, but it's like, as you progress through the game, those abilities are slowly replaced with... Or at the very least, you can slowly replace them with the symbiote abilities. It's like, it's almost as if, like... I know that's gameplay, so it is what it is, but it's like... It just kind of... I don't know. Like, the idea that he would rely on the suit, but he still uses his own tech, it's like, it's kind of strange.
Well, a better way to think about it is, say you have two cars. One you've been using for a long time, but it's not as good, or it doesn't it doesn't run well or feel as good as before, but it's functional. And then you have another car that's brand new, works better and better than the old ones. Why at all would you keep your old
and say what you're really
car?
Hey, don't.
I'm busting my ass out there trying to save you, and this is what I get?
I said don't.
I saw your story.
I tried to tell you about that.
Yeah, but you didn't, did you?
I can't lose this job.
Your job is to write the truth.
I did.
The truth is, I'm the hero here, not you.
See, I don't feel like that dialogue fits.
And as usual, looks like
I really dislike the idea that plot armor is bad writing, like you're expecting the author-writer to abandon the story and kill off characters for the sake of logic.
No,
it's like...
No.
No.
No, that's not what plot armor is.
Well, the problem is when you put characters in unrealistic situations and they somehow survive when they have no reason to. It's like a good example. Because you also have some mediums where plot armor, like, isn't really a thing. Like, to give an example, it's like, take Game of Thrones, for example. It's like, pretty much any character could die at any point. Or at the very least, that's how it was until they fucked it. But, the idea of MJ in an enclosed space somehow being able to escape symbiote Spider-Man, it's like, I think that's kind of stupid. It's like, you're basically in, Peter's element, like, in an enclosed space. It's like, it plays to his strengths, if you like, but...
Well, the best way to describe plot armor is that the writer themselves couldn't write a situation where the characters could succeed in a way that makes sense, so they came up with a BS reason for the characters to succeed because they weren't creative enough to come up with a solution.
I think it's a dumb complaint because everything that happens in fiction is very unrealistic. But it's like, there's realism to fiction.
Yeah,
so
like put it like this.
Especially because it's like, even a character like Superman, for example, it's like he still has, like, realistic elements to him, even though he, like, defies physics. But also, I like how a lot of times normal humans in fiction can survive situations that real-world humans can't. Well, that's not plot armor, that's just fiction being upscaled. It's like, it is what it is.
Like, just put it like this. In terms of fiction, it still needs to make sense, have logical cause and effect, and just basic rules that it follows and doesn't break. If it breaks the rules, or just, like, cause and effect don't apply, or it just breaks the logic, then you have the basic necessity of like badly written stories. Like look at the Star Wars sequels, or like just anything that's badly written because it lacks like logical like cause and effect, or like not following its own rules.
But it's like, you've also got to think, like, to what extent, because it's like, if you have someone like Lyoko, you mentioned Batman mastering martial arts, it's like, that's something that a regular human can do in the real world. The only difference is that Batman mastered them in a quicker amount of time. It's like, that is something that a human being can still do, but, like, it is what it is. Like if Batman was randomly able to, like, fly, for example, it's like, obviously that's bullshit, because humans can't do that without, like, gadgets, or, like, you know, Compound V, for an example, with, like, the boys. But it's like... Yeah, like, another... Like for example... To give you an example, it's like, okay, if Spider-Man wins a fight against Captain America, it's like, is that plot armor? It's like, chances are you'd probably say no. But it's like, if Spider-Man was to win a fight against, like, God Emperor Doctor Doom, would you say that that's plot armor? You know, it's like... I think it's...
Not to mention, it depends on how you write it, because at the end of the day, what comes down to a plot hole is that you basically give the character a win con, when realistically they shouldn't have one.
I'm not talking about plot armor. I think it's dumb to complain about realism in fiction in general, because there's always unrealistic elements. But it's like, when you're talking about a character like Spider-Man, it's like, he is relatively grounded in terms of, like, fiction. It's like, okay, he's strong, he's fast, he can shoot sticky stuff in the faces of grown men, and he can see attacks coming before they come. It's like, in reality, that's like... It's not like Doctor Strange, where he breaks logic... Like, just by... Because it's like, even Doctor Strange, it's like, real-world logic can still apply to him.
Like, time doesn't... You can't, like... Say, for example, if he's using the time stone, you can't just say that he's doing something that breaks the, like, the principles of time. It's like, yeah, there still is logic, rules, and consistency. Like, this is something about fiction people need to understand. If it doesn't make sense, then it's not well written. Plot armor is the result of bad writing, or writers not being able to actually come up with a solution. Because it's like, that makes sense.
Because basically, to give a good example, it's like the whole escaping black suit Spider-Man thing. It's like, if it was Miles, I think it would make way more sense.
Peter, where is Miles? He didn't come home last night, and he's not answering my calls. Hello? I'm at my office. Tell him to come see me. Now.
Yeah, like Spider-Man versus Doctor Strange. The definition of plot armor.
It's always up to me.
I've been calling you. For hours. Nothing. You know Miles has been hunting Lee.
I'll find him.
I'm calling the hospital.
I said I'd find him. I've got this under control.
Hello? It's Dr. Connors. Sorry, I asked Harry for your number. Please, come back to the lab. We need to remove the symbiote.
I think the criticism of plot armor, unless in ridiculous situations, is a bad critique. I think it's shallow. But it's like, I would agree with you if, like, people, like, if people said, oh, it's plot armor, but they don't really elaborate on it. So, like, for example, like, to give an example with, like, Sonic... It's like, I think it's plot armor that Sonic beats Infinite. It's like, okay, this motherfucker overwhelmed every single character with one attack. He was gonna kill everyone with one attack. He's beaten Sonic multiple points in the game at this point. It's like, and they no longer have the Phantom Ruby prototype on their side. I think that is the definition of plot armor. It's like, Sonic should not have won that fight, even with the rookie's help. Now, if you were to give Sonic the Chaos Emeralds... totally different story. Like, that could genuinely make sense. But, like, I think that specific example is, like... It's like Sonic loses until he needs to win. Like, and that's where the plot armor comes in.
And just to give the Spider-Man example, let's do the Doctor Strange versus No Way Home thing. Where, yeah, Peter, you remember when he webs at the box and takes it from Strange? Imagine instead Peter just straight up blitzes Doctor Strange and knocks him out.
It's already taking on your mind.
Like, it's like, yeah, you can write him winning without it not, like, being bloated to the point where it doesn't make sense.
Not now, MJ. Is Spider-Man doing more harm than good? How about now? Now who needs the old Spider-Man?
And the irony is that he's so far in the deep end that he won't even give the symbiote up. The only thing, to his knowledge right now, that would help make his best friend stop dying and stop his anguish.
Harry left another message.
Pete, I really need that suit back. Dad's working on a new cure, but I don't know. Bring it back, please.
I wonder if Harry really needs the suit. I mean, if I keep it, the city's a better place. Everyone benefits. Everybody wins when Spider-Man's at his best, right? And Norman's a smart guy. I'm sure he'll figure out a different cure for Harry.
And when he walks in...
It's like, I think that moment is kind of stupid. The entire point of Forces is friendship, so Sonic wins by friendship, it's not plot armor. Well, it quite literally is, because Infinite already destroyed the entire Resistance with one attack. It's like he was gonna kill everyone. It's like, I feel like the power of friendship thing doesn't really work in that scenario. But also, I think that Peter is kind of, like, very out of character here, because it's like, okay, Harry basically says to his face, like, okay, I'm pretty much gonna die if you don't give me the suit back, and Peter's instantly like, no.
Also, can we just talk about what Peter just said? Like, the idea that, oh, Norman's working on a cure. It's like, I feel like if the symbiote wanted to help Peter, it would want Peter to help Norman find a cure, even if it means he keeps the suit. Like, not just basically, fuck off and basically not tell Norman.
Obviously, there are times when plot armor is bad, but acting as if plot armor itself is inherently a problem is just plain wrong. How is it wrong?
Well, no.
It's like...
Well, no, the context of plot armor is that when you say it, it's usually meant that there's something in the writing that indicates the character shouldn't have won otherwise in a normal circumstance. But it's like, if they are given logical reason, like, for example, like you said with Sonic in the fan, if he had the Chaos Emeralds, imagine the plot armor can simply be that someone gave him the emeralds last minute. But it's like, that's more logical, like, plot armor than the idea that he just straight up beats Infinite.
Well, anyways.
On Norman, he can see that Norman is at his wit's end trying to make a cure, and Peter can definitely tell that Norman might not even be able to do it. And I also love this next scene after what Lee just went through with Miles, because it calls back to what...
But it's like, I feel like that moment is also, like, evidence that Peter is kind of, like, out of character, because it's like, even whilst under the influence of the black suit, it's like he still very much cares about Harry. Like, the first thing he does when he enters the scene, the pop the pills scene, is he's immediately altruistic towards Harry.
But
it's like,
it's weird. It's just like the suit just acts aggressive against everyone who just wants to take it away from Peter for no reason, when Peter wouldn't think that.
It's also one of those where it's like, okay, so Peter thought that Norman would be able to make a cure, and then it's pretty obvious that he's not got a hope in hell of making a cure before Harry dies. It's like, I feel like at that point, Peter should have tried giving him the suit, and they should have, like, delved into, like, the hold that the suit has on him. But it's almost as if Peter's just like, alright, fuck you, Harry. Like, I'm just gonna dip.
Well, I just imagine after that scene with Norman, Peter does go back to Harry to try to give him the suit, but it's like last second, he gets a thought in his head. It's like, do I really need to? It's like, it's just kind of like the idea.
Sorry, Asaf, go on.
Well, it's just the idea that if Peter like truly cared after seeing Norman, he just straight up would have seen Harry and try to give him the suit, but last moment he's like, but I want to keep it. It's like he's like his hands twitching, like he doesn't want to get rid of it. But it's like at the same time, the symbiote wants him to go, and you could even say it takes him over at that point.
Do you still watch Doctor Who? I don't watch the new Doctor Who, I'm sorry. It just, like, I was kind of still a fan of it during the Jodie Whittaker era, but like, once it became, I think it was season 12 when they did like the whole Timeless Child thing, I was just tapped out of it. I was like, okay, you have done a lot of damage to the canon with that new lore.
Peter was trying to communicate to Lee in the first game, and how his obsession with revenge on Norman won't do anything for him.
I owe him my life. And much more. If we hurry...
No. You've done enough.
You should be proud of him. He reminds me of you.
Osborn needs to pay. I know. But this is the wrong way, Martin.
And stemming right off of this scene is when we get...
Not too sure what he was trying to prove there, but...
It's literally the best sequence in the entire game, in
also,
my
can we...
Craven uses
Miles has an inconsistency problem, but that's it.
to try
Like,
and
he
break
reminds
Peter,
me of
and
you.
it very well almost worked, because if Miles hadn't shown up, Craven would be dead. So let's take a break from Peter and talk about Miles and how he connects to the story as well.
But I'm no Peter Parker.
Exactly. You're Miles Morales. You're 17 years old and a student at Brooklyn Visions Academy. What else?
I guess I help out with my mom's work in Harlem every now and then. She's Councilwoman Rio Morales, and there is a girl I like who's spectacular and inspiring, and I think is one of the best artists in the city. And I also got bitten by a radioactive spider that gave me superpowers. I learned how to be a Spider-Man from the OG. But I learned how to be a hero from my dad. He was killed by Martin Lee in the City Hall bombing.
Oh, shit.
The good I try to do every day is the good my dad meant to me. But it's been hard. Even with superpowers, sometimes we can't save the people we love, no matter how hard we try. A hero is someone who doesn't give up, though. And I don't plan to. I don't know, man. I can't talk about me without talking about Spider-Man.
Sure you can. You just have to...
Yeah, why don't you just start another draft?
But it's like, I don't even... Like, they made some pretty good points in the previous stream where I don't even buy the argument that Miles, like, has nothing to talk about in his life. Because it's like, when you compare him to Peter, it's like, he's almost like... When it comes to, like, having a normal life in and amongst, like, the Spider-Man shit, he's better than Peter at that. Like, he has, like, a family who supports him, he has Rio, he has, like, a girlfriend... I don't think he's... like, with Haley in the game, but, like, by the end of the game, he might be. He has, like, Genki, who's his best friend, who, like, has undying support for him. It's like, he has, like, the engineering, he has, like, fairly good grades at school, even if he's, like, struggling to balance, like, the college essay.
It's also said that Miles is popular with his community in school. Like, you see, like, other students just saying, "Hey, Miles," and just, like, giving him, like, the thumbs up, whereas, like, Peter was always bullied in school.
Yeah, and it's like, Miles also has, like, clear, like, hobbies and, like, aspirations. It's like, he's good with music, he's good with engineering, he helps out, like, his mum, as he mentioned. It's like, I don't even buy the argument that Miles has, like, fuck all to talk about without bringing up Spider-Man. It's like, he has so much to talk about.
Well, it's just like, it seems like he focuses purely on Spider-Man.
From the beginning of the game, we can see Miles struggling to write his college essay, and we again see that he's putting this off to go help with the raft transfer. And when looking at a picture of his dad, he makes an excuse to himself that he's taking a break from it.
I also think that's kinda stupid. Hold on. Bear with me.
From the beginning of the game, we can see Miles struggling to write his college essay, and we again see that he's putting this off to go help with the raft transfer. And when
it's like a blink and you miss it moment. I think it's really stupid that Peter does FaceTime whilst in the Spider-Man suit. Like, imagine if Miles was in, like, school or some shit. Like, Peter, like, with the mask off as well. It's like he's literally endangering both of their identities by doing that.
Also, can I mention stuff like that, unless it's encrypted or hidden by a VPN, if someone intercepted that, they'd both be fucked.
Yeah, it's like, I think that's kind of stupid. Especially in this verse, when you have characters who are, like, insanely fucking smart.
Looking at a picture of his dad, he makes an excuse to himself that he's taking a break from it.
Don't give me that look, Pops.
Obviously, he's struggling to write the college essay because he's overthinking he has an example of writer's block. But it's like, the problem is that, like, he's talking about, like, the game seems to be implying that, like, okay, the essay is about his life. But it's like, I don't buy the argument that he has, like, nothing to talk about when he has so much to talk about, and he doesn't need to bring up Spider-Man at all. Like, that seems to be... It doesn't seem like he has writer's block, it just seems like he's struggling to talk about, his life without bringing up Spider-Man. But, like, that... It seems easy for him not to do that, because he has a lot of things to talk about.
Well, it's not even just that. It says the essay requires 500 words, no more. It's like, that's easier.
Yeah, 500 words is fucking nothing. I didn't even pick up on that. Like, that's the sort of shit you do in primary school.
Go back. Like, if you look at the actual thing on his essay thing, it says 500 words. I guarantee it.
Yeah, 500 words is nothing. Like, Miles could easily do that.
Yeah, like,
in reality, what
like, it's like right on his
represents
college
is something
application,
greater
right?
than just Miles going into college. It represents that
It's like,
piece of Spider-Man is missing, and that's Miles Morales. Miles doesn't know how to write this essay because he doesn't know how to talk about his life without adding in Spider-Man
like
in the
before,
mix,
like
because
when you
Miles
like
is also struggling with this dual life dilemma. And then, after failing to stop Scorpion, he is brought into a nightmare where we see Miles' fears, doubts, and insecurities. And we get this dialogue as he sees Haley, Genki, and his mom all moving on without him, as he fears for their safety.
Miles. He's so peaceful without Miles. Now he was my man. I don't have to worry anymore.
I don't even buy this.
But his friends moving on is only one part of his insecurities, whether he realizes it or not.
So Rick, pause it for a second. I just realized something. Why is Miles so scared that everyone's going to leave him behind when he's so purely focused on being Spider-Man, the thing that would do that the most?
Well, I'd also point out as well, it's like, it kind of feels stupid that he would feel all of this insecurity insecurities towards his friends. It's like, that's fair, but it's like, why is he feeling it towards Rhea? When it's like, in the last game, it's like, she literally accepted him for the very thing that she didn't accept Uncle Aaron for. Like, she found out he was the Prowler, and she basically completely cut ties with him. She found out that Miles was Spider-Man, and she was, like, completely fine with it. It's like, say what you want about, like, his friends and whatever, but it's like, even then, like, fucking, Genki accepted him as Spider-Man.
Well, also, Cypher just said something funny. The fact that Miles was poisoned but didn't need a cure is also a problem.
Yes, I was about to say that as well. The fact that Miles just overcomes the fucking thing without the, because isn't it confirmed where, like, Scorpion's poison is, like, fatal in long term? Or is that...
Yeah, like, it's lethal. Like, the only explanation you can give is because he's in the water, it got out of him, but that's not an excuse.
That's not how fucking that works.
Yeah,
like if you have a cut on your body and you're in the water, it doesn't just detox your entire fucking body.
Well, it's just stupid considering that Peter was cut almost similarly.
I didn't even notice that. Yeah, you're completely right. He completely shrugs off the fucking poison.
Video about this game where he analyzes the story through a psychological lens. I want to play a clip from that video real quick.
Look, I don't know if Insomniac Games
like either Miles is better than Peter or it's plot armor.
This is straight out of a Carl Jung textbook. According to Jungian symbolism, water represents the unconscious. Carl Jung believed that our mind was composed of conscious and unconscious elements. The conscious part of our mind contains thoughts, feelings, and experiences that...
I'm just going to fast forward this because there's no evidence of this being the case in the game.
You can think of our psyche as an iceberg, where the conscious part of our mind is the tip of the iceberg.
Padding, and even then,
is the rest of the iceberg, and is larger. It's also worth noting that dreams are an integral part of Jungian psychology. They're messengers that dredge out the recesses of our minds. To Jung, dreams are unfiltered and reveal to us things we store away in our psyche. So with this context in mind, we can view this level in Spider-Man 2 as representing Miles' personal unconscious. Scorpion's poison is agent that allows Miles to enter a dream state, and as he submerged in the water, he's also brought deeper into his unconscious. All of his repressed doubts of being a hero, his fears of disappointing those he cares about, are made manifest in the voices and visions of his loved ones. This is a nightmare, and as with many nightmares, there's a monster at the end.
And after this hallucination, Miles is confronted with Martin Lee, where he questions Letty.
Yeah, it's like he's literally off his tits in the water until he's no longer off his tits anymore when he finds Martin Lee. Like, it's so weird how quickly he overcomes this. It's really strange.
The only explanation you could possibly say is that Scorpions didn't have that much poison because you would think the guards would take away it all before, like, even
him drown for
him.
But it's like if that's the case, why didn't they take away his suit? Because, like, he's not grafted to it like Rhino is.
Yeah, it's like, why even let him keep the poison to begin with? And it's like, you couldn't even just knock this guy out and just suck it all out
soon after this, we get this scene where Kraven is trying to take Lee away, and Miles completely forgets his responsibility as Spider-Man to protect everyone, because Martin Lee represents that trauma of losing the...
Once again, an example of how strong Kraven is. It's like, with one hand, he's contending with Miles.
People that he cares about.
Well, it's not even just that. The ship would also play a factor, but, you know...
Between Peter...
Wait, what? I just noticed that? Yeah, it's stupid.
And Miles on the bridge, and how it feels like a callback to Peter.
Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is not perfect. I wouldn't even put it above this. Like, I'm almost generous like the generosity of it goes from like a 7.5, but no higher than that.
I think that's a bit too generous, but we'll see.
Saving May or saving the entire city from
Well,
Miles'
that's the
perspective. And from Miles' perspective, letting Lee go puts his family in danger.
I think the best part about this game's story is just the fucking cinematography. It's like, there are some really fucking good shots. Like, you can basically pause this game, like, at any point, and you'll have a really good shot.
Belongs. Promise.
Well, it's like Spider-Man 2 had potential to be at a 10 out of 10, but it just fumbled so badly.
Not on my watch.
It's like people.
I don't think it's a 4.
It's like people have said this in the past. I think it's really stupid that Peter doesn't like chastise Miles for like endangering people's lives.
Yeah, like you should be pissed at him. It's like, yeah, if you do that again and I wasn't there, what's to stop other, like, you're no better than Lee at that point.
It's like I don't. That's actually a really good point. Yeah, like he should have brought up the fact he's like, yeah, you're better than Lee. Like you shouldn't act like him.
Yeah, like you legitimately did what Lee did, and like you discarded those around you for the sake of almost revenge. You almost became the thing you swore to destroy.
And it's like, that sort of thing should resonate with Peter especially, because he's encountered Doc Ock, someone who threw away literally everything for revenge.
Yeah, it's like he should hammer that home into Miles.
Peter has been in my...
Yeah, it's
like Peter should have been mean this one
and I like
time,
that
and it
instead of
actually would have
berating him.
impacted
Hold on. Oh, he's about to mention something.
Hang in there, Miles.
Peter has been in Miles' shoes before, and I like that instead of berating him about it, he tries to uplift Miles. But
it's like, the thing with that is like, I'm assuming the thing that he's referring to, hold on, I think the thing that he's referring to is like Uncle Ben's killer, where it's like Peter went after him and then he like made the right decision. But the problem with that is Peter's operating under the assumption that Miles would make that same decision. But it's like, there's no guarantee that he would, because it's like, okay, with Peter, like, I'm operating under the assumption that it's comparable to, like, the other adaptations of Spider-Man. It's like, he usually catches up with the criminal, like, a few hours or, like, a few days at most. He catches up with, like, Uncle Ben's killer. But it's like, the thing with Miles is, this is 2 years later, and he's still hyper-fixated on, like, getting Lee. It's like,
yeah, that's
bad. Like,
well, it's like
at the very least with Peter, you have the argument of, oh, he's grieving, he's like lashing out, it's like he's not thinking clearly. But Miles has had 2 whole years, canonically, to get over the death of Jefferson Davis. And he's had like so much time to get over this, and he's still hyper-fixated on revenge. Like, Peter should be talking to him about this.
Like, it's like the best thing that Peter could have done in this instance is tell Miles, bridge now. And it's like, Miles, and he's like, what were you thinking? It's like, if I wasn't here, those people would have died. It's like he's chastising Miles, but it's like after he gives him the criticism and makes sure Miles hurt him, then he uplifts him. Give him some constructive criticism to basically uplift him later. Basically saying, don't do that again, but you helped us nonetheless.
But
so,
a
like,
bit later
that's
in
what
the
Peter,
story, we see that subtly
that would
Peter's
even
trying to
inform,
keep
like,
Miles'
the whole
focus
arc of
away
Peter and
from...
Miles later, dude. Because Miles doesn't know if Peter actually is mean. Like, this is like
him
maybe
with Lee,
up to
and
where he
pushes him
actually
to
saw
focus
Peter.
on more important things.
What's up?
The guys who took Lee and Scorpion? Genki and I tracked the exhaust trails from their aircraft to the Williamsburg Bridge. I'll meet you there.
Hold on! Don't you have an essay to finish?
Yeah,
So,
but duty calls.
Trust me. Your duty is to your future right now. I'll keep you updated on anything I find.
All right, good luck out there.
Well, thanks for the tip. Not sure I'd be able to find Tombstone in time without you.
Yeah, thanks. Take care of yourself.
Those fashion school rejects won't be getting a drop on me again. Ta-ta, spiders.
Miles, let me take this one. You're gonna miss your essay deadline.
What
if Lee's there, I'll take care of him. Spider-Man can wait. Miles can't.
All right.
But it's like, I also think that's also kind
of... Like, this is what I heard Comic Legends say, and I agree with them. That's a pussy way of saying, yeah, you shouldn't be around Lee because I don't trust you.
Well, no, I also think it's stupid where it's like, okay, so Peter is like not telling Miles. I think this is stupid on Peter's character for 2 reasons. It's like, okay, so he's not chastising Miles for the whole revenge thing, but also he literally just said to him, okay, your responsibilities for saving lives, they don't matter. Your selfish, like, responsibilities for yourself, they do matter. It's like, that's a pretty terrible message to pass on to, like, the protege hero.
Yeah, like, what Peter should have said is, Miles, like, if he just addressed it to Miles, like, Miles, I don't necessarily trust you with Lee yet. Let me deal with it. If you're, just let me deal with it, because I don't trust you enough to actually go through with it.
Yeah, it's like
that would have been enough.
Yeah, it's like that's all he should have said. It's like, yeah, it's like, you're not thinking with your head, you're thinking with your heart. Finish your essay, I'll deal with this. Like,
yeah,
that would have worked better. It's like for some reason, Peter and Miles just are not assholes to each other in the slightest. It's like, and that could have created pretty good conflict between the heroes. The idea that, because the problem with Peter and Miles, it's the same issue with, like, Ellie and Abby from The Last of Us Part 2, where these characters are so fucking similar that it's impossible to believe that they have good chemistry. It's like, obviously with Peter and Miles, it's not like a relationship, but it's the same thing. It's like, these guys are, like, the nicest fucking people in the universe. It's like, it feels as though, it would have been better if they had, like, a conflict. Without the black suit.
Well, it's just the idea that it would have been, like, very nice to see that Miles still has much to learn, and it's like Peter is clearly above him. Like, even if you wanted to say Miles is more powerful, it would be an interesting take that even if the stronger protege is still lesser to the mentor, in the sense the mentor will still do the right thing, where the protege still needs to learn that.
Right. Just keep in touch.
And after the bridge scene, we have two conversations between Miles, his mom, and his uncle.
Peter had to learn how to solve his issues by himself. He trusts that Miles can. But it's like, the issue with that... it's like the issue with that is, like, 2 years have passed and he's still, like, got vengeance for Martin Lee. It's like, Miles is behaving no better than Otto did. It's like, he has, like, years worth of resentment towards, like, one of these characters. It's like, Peter of all characters would spot that, and he would be like, yo, we need to talk.
Martin Lee.
Yeah, it's just like the idea that, are you seriously gonna let's leave someone alone, or, like, trust them enough to handle revenge by themselves?
It's not that easy.
Never said it was. But sometimes you gotta push the past away.
Like, pause it for a second. I just realized something. Why, like, you know this talk he has with Ayrton Davis? Why isn't Peter doing that?
Yeah, hopefully Rift spots this, but remember how they marketed the game as being greater together? We barely even get to see that with Peter and Miles. That's a fair point, yeah, there's only, like, 5 times in the entire game where they actually, like, work together or, like, share a screen.
Well, no, it's just, like,
it's weird.
I just realized something. Prowler's a criminal who, in the past game, like, not even a year ago, was like, care only about yourself, not about, like, the people that could die because of Roxxon and the Tinkerer. But now he's just like, don't get caught up in revenge. Like, I just realized how bizarre it is.
If Peter ever had the feeling of Ian Malcolm from The Lost World, where he's more sarcastic and jaded, do you think it would have made sense for him to give the symbiote back to Harry, to wanting to keep it? I don't really know shit about the Jurassic Park films, so I'm not...
Coney Island bit, where Miles again sees Martin Lee, and he is both literally and figuratively fighting inner demons. And this messes with his head, and it makes him leave Genki, and miss out on Haley's exhibit.
I just wanted to check in. See how you're doing. ¿Todo bien?
Fine. Everything's good.
Oh shit. If Rio became Venom, would the story have been better? Yes or no?
It's just a lot right now.
I have no
so much to take care of in the city.
Just throwing random ideas out there.
Just saying, Rio's too precious
busy
to be
doing
Venom.
other stuff, and Lee.
True.
Lee's still out there. Doesn't that bother you?
Of course it bothers me. But I'm committed to making this community better. I've got to let go of things that don't serve me and focus on where I want to go, not where I've been.
Like, Riff, pause it for a second. The more I think about it, this talks of Rio and Anderson. They should be coming from Peter, not them, of all people.
Well, it's like, I don't even...
Rio should not... Like, Rio, of all people, should also be resentful towards Lee. just as much as Miles. So I don't understand where this is coming from.
Well, it's like I don't even hate the fact that like Aaron and Rio are talking to him about this. I just feel like Peter should have been the one to talk to him as well.
Well, it's just like he should be the one instilling this into Miles in the sense that you can have these talks with them too. But I'm just saying, like, the more I'm thinking about it, it makes more sense if this was Peter and say Aerson and Rio still have this, like, are struggling like Miles is to forgive Lee.
Well, it's like I feel like it would have worked if they, excuse me. I feel like it would have worked if they did like okay, so Aaron and Rio are appealing to Miles, but Peter is appealing to Spider-Man. Like, Peter is appealing to the Spider-Man part of Miles, but they're appealing to the human part of Miles. And that's ultimately what makes him make his decision. But it's like, even so, I just think it's stupid on Peter's behalf that, well, no, it's stupid on both of them, because, like, I hate the fact that Peter doesn't even mention it to Miles once, but I also hate the idea that Miles, has so many instances in the game where he's like, okay, oh, I hate Miles, I hate, Martin Lee, I want to kill him, but nope, I'm not gonna. I need to be better. It's like, he just flips back and forth between, like, the whole revenge thing. He's like Two-Face, but it's, like, not as good.
But what would have been interesting is the idea that Miles was fully committed to killing Lee. Even if he tried to justify it to Peter, he would just be like, you know what? In this one time, I'm going to break his rule. But then when he's, like, in the dream sequence, when he... Imagine him getting a lecture from literally all his loved ones, and that's what convinces him not to kill Lee. That would have been so much more rewarding.
It's like, it's so silly that for some reason these characters just can't be assholes to each other, or they can't have, like, any kind of conflict at all.
Well, it's like, you're supposed to confront the darkness inside of you. That's not this, but it's like they don't want to address the darkness.
I can't just let him go.
And this moment is again interrupted by Spider-Man.
Mom, do you need me to go?
Didn't you just finish telling me how busy you are?
Yeah, but I always have time for my community.
Yeah, it's like even there, it's like, okay, so Miles is just talking about getting revenge, and then he just instantly dismisses it. He's like, oh, well, I've got time to go on to my community. It's like, Rio should be worried. It's like, Miles just suggested, going out as Spider-Man. It's like, who's to say he wouldn't just hunt down Martin Lee as Spider-Man? And he's just using the community thing as an excuse.
Yeah, like, it just feels so weird. Like, I would even say that if Peter called Rio or Rio called Peter about, like, Miles' condition, it would have, like, addressed it a whole lot better.
Control his future.
Like, I can't believe I'm gonna say this, but I think the Quantum of Solace James Bond film did this better. Where it's like, the people at MI6 are legit shitting themselves that James Bond has, like, motivation to go rogue. Because this man is so fucking dangerous. Like, all of a sudden, everyone is just terrified of this fucking guy. Because it's like, he's stopped joking, he's stopped making, like, the wisecracks. All of a sudden, he's like this super serious John Wick-esque character. And everyone is terrified of him now. It's like, okay, the enemy's killed someone he loves, and he's clearly, like, not sleeping, he's drinking a lot. It's like, this man is literally unhinged, and people are worried that he's gonna go off the rails, and he does. But it's like, in this game, it's like, no one seems worried that, okay, Miles has fucking superpowers, he has a guy on the loose that he clearly hates, and he has the motivation to go after them. No one seems to care. No one seems worried. Like, Peter should literally be fucking nailing his feet to the floor and being like, no, you're not being Spider-Man until you get your shit together.
Yeah, like, it's just like there's so much room for conflict between these two, like, Spider-Men, and it just seems to be absent. Like, they want to have their cake and eat it, too.
It's ridiculous. Like, my god. The more I think about this, the more...
Miles hears their advice, but he's just not ready to use it. Skip to a bit later in the story, and Miles is trying to talk to Peter.
Hey, you've reached Pete. It's good enough. Leave a message.
What the hell are you, Pete? But as Peter gets wrapped up in his business with Harry, Miles is still struggling with that anger that he feels for Lee. As long as Lee is out there, Miles fears that the people he loves will start to die. He goes to his dad for advice.
Stop it. I just realized something. Peter with the black suit and Miles on a potential revenge plot. People should be even more terrified.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be things are just gonna go on in.
Well, it's like, I think it's all the more stupid. It's like, okay, so you have Peter who's slowly but surely acting out of character, and he's becoming more and more of an asshole. And then you have Miles who's slowly but surely acting out of character, and he's slowly becoming an asshole towards Lee. It's like, it's so weird that neither one of these characters have any conflict before, like, the fight between the two of them. It's almost as if you're playing two different games.
Yeah,
like neither one of them has conflict with each other. It's so strange how they did this. Like, it's to the point where it feels as though Peter has just been deleted from the story in certain parts, and it feels as though Miles has been deleted from the story in certain parts. Like, it's so, like, I'm not saying that you have to tape them together and they have to share every scene together. That's not what I'm saying. But it's just so weird how, like, their arcs don't really... Like, the closest thing that I can think is, like, you know in Infinity War, where it's quite clear that there's 3 different arcs happening at the same time. It's like you have Thanos and his perspective, you have the Guardians and Thor, and then you have the Avengers on the Earth, and, like, they all, like, merge together for, like, the final battle. It feels as though they're doing something similar here, but it just does not work. It's like you have, like, the characters' different perspectives of the same story, and then they come together, but it just does not work.
Well, it's just like they should be intertwined, not like 2 different plot points, like heading in different directions.
And at the very least, the one in the Avengers makes sense, because it's like, okay, everyone hates each other, so no one's communicating, and also, like, the fucking Guardians are, like, deep in space. It's like... I'm just gonna go for a piss, I'll be right back. But yeah, this story is so like, strange, man.
Well, it's just like the more you think about it, it's like you realize how much they shot themselves in the foot, and it just feels like the whole thing feels like emotional manipulation, like by Insomniac's part. Like, even if they wanted to do all the ideas we did, like we suggested, they clearly didn't do it in a way that was like concise. It's just so weird. It's like I'm almost like hesitant to even give Insomniac a pass anymore, but it's like at the same time, it's like there were stuff happening behind the scenes, but I don't want to use that as an excuse anymore. It's just so stupid. It's like, if you're limited into any degree, you should make the most of it in the sense that if you know you're chewing too much, don't chew at all, or only choose a little bit. Like, something more substantial.
For real. I just want to pop in to say hi and see how you guys are doing.
Hey, Kiwi. But yeah, it's just like for Spider-Man 2, it's just really hard to like get behind it. Like, I still love Insomniac Spider-Man as a character. I just have so much of a hard time just getting behind him, like behind the story now. Like, unless they fix it with Spider-Man 3 or like any DLC or anything they come up with, I just don't see how this ends in a way that makes it satisfying. Because the one thing I want most of all is just Peter to get a happy ending, settle down, like just live his life as like Spider-Man is prime, maybe join the Avengers, maybe just, you know, like have a family with MJ, and just have Miles and like take up the mantle when he's doing like stuff with the Avengers and all that stuff. That's where I want it to end. But it's like, even then, I'm hard to say that's even gonna happen.
No, like, this story is like all over the place. I kind of noticed, like, it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on.
Well, it's just like, to me, I don't think this is like anything below a 5, but I don't want to give it anything above a 7.
No, yeah, that's honestly understandable.
I didn't even realize it was this warm in my room. Fucking, it's like a sauna in here.
Really use your help right now. I'm doing everything I can to find Lee, but nothing's working. I know what you say. A hero is someone who doesn't give up, and I'm not. I just don't know what else to do. Maybe I should just ignore everything else and spend all my time trying to find Lee. No. If people need help, I'm helping.
This is where I hate the wishy-washy need.
If Pete's too busy.
Yeah, exactly. Also, could we just appreciate the fact that Comic Legend pointed this out in the stream? Like, you know how Kraven, you know how it's confirmed that Kraven beat Electro because he had like rubber gloves or some shit? It's like,
yeah.
I think it unironically character assassinates Peter, because it's like, okay, you're seriously telling me that Peter, like, he has all of this crazy tech, He has all of these crazy abilities. He's had like so many fights against Electro, yet he still struggles to beat him when all you need is like rubber. It's like rubber's not fucking vibranium. It's like I feel like he'd be able to incorporate that into his suit very easily.
Well, I always just took it that after Spider-Man PS4, that Electro's almost nothing to Peter, considering he beat him holding back with broken bones in a 2v1. It's
Well,
like,
no,
yeah,
because-
like even though
Well, no,
they're
because
messing each other
even
up, it feels
well, no, because the point is like when he was at the raft, for example, it's like Electro's lightning was fucking him up. It's like, yeah, he probably had broken bones at the time, but even so, it's like his costume should have been very insulated. Surely, like that's.
well, it's like even then he got hit by Electro's lightning before. Like he got hit by it point blank and then continued to chase Electro.
I'm Spider-Man. I can handle everything myself. Wish me luck, though. So,
Handle everything yourself.
We can see that Miles feels
You're great
lost. He
together.
doesn't know what to do. He says he's going to ignore everything else and then go fight Lee. But then he has another bad thought, and that's instead of maybe trying to connect and spend time with his friends and family, he's going to continue to be out there being Spider-Man, even if there's no immediate risk. And you can see that since Peter isn't there to help him right now, he starts to feel like he can do everything himself and he doesn't need people. But internally, as we're going to see,
Kraven is the best hunter in the world. He'd be able to spot his weakness,
Okay,
foe's weakness,
no,
and
no,
exploit it. That's not what Kraven wants to do, because Kraven wants to fight you when you're at your strongest, because he wants to be defeated by someone like at their strongest. So it's like Kraven. The only thing that Kraven would do is use a weapon that is capable of killing you, but it's like he wouldn't like.
He wouldn't completely nullify you from a fight. Like he wouldn't put you at your weakest and assume that you're like put it like this. This is something Comic Legend mentioned, and I fully agree with it. If Kraven wanted to fight an equal, he wouldn't use prep unless his opponent also had prep or was at their best. So it's like him even doing this at all. Like the idea that he even went into Scorpion's fight with the idea that he had an antidote, but he didn't give Scorpions a heads up or a way to prepare for Kraven, in and of itself takes away the whole idea of fighting someone on equal terms.
see next, that's
Yeah,
not
the only thing that the only thing that I can kind of gather from that is the idea that he prepped for Scorpion because he was just fully convinced that Scorpion like was a disappointment. Because he even says it's like like in the fight he says, "They told me you were a killer, imagine my disappointment." So it's like I feel like Kraven at that point had already made up his mind that Scorpion was fucking not worth his time.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like the whole thing is, I agree, Kraven should prep against people stronger than him, like Sandman or Venom or even Spider-Man, for God's sake. But it's just like, it's how the game presents Kraven as if he will just simply foderize you if you're incapable of getting past his prep time.
I mean, I guess. It's like, I just think it's really weird, because it's like, the idea that he used he used something that can completely nullify Electro's power. Meanwhile, when he goes against Spider-Man, it's like he doesn't even like abuse the fucking sound waves.
Well, it's just one of those things where I would assume Kraven did like try to fight fairly, but it's just like at the same time, if he really wanted to lose to say Black Suit Peter or like fight someone who was his equal, like, I would assume he would abuse the bell to all insanity to try, but it's like at that point, he knows Black Suit Peter can kill him if he didn't use it. It's like,
Also because,
it's one of those...
also because Kiwi's here.
Yeah, hi. I'm just listening in and just seeing how you guys are doing.
Yeah, it's a little weird how they do it, but it is what it is.
Hey,
Miles,
just spoke with Pete. He's
Peter,
heading over to Dr. Connor's house in Queens. Stay ready in case he needs backup.
What do you mean he does use sound waves when he's fighting Peter? No, I mean like, if he... So he has the ability to exploit someone's weakness. It's like, he clearly doesn't, like, spam that shit, though. But it's implied that he does that against Electro.
Like, why not do it against Peter? Like, if he spammed the bell on Peter throughout the entire boss fight, like, what's to stop Kraven from straight up just removing the symbiote and then killing Peter?
Like that's the thing. It's like I feel like it would make more sense if instead of using like rubber gloves or some shit, if he was to like create an arena that had rubber in it, where it's like it kind of gave him an advantage, but it was mostly just still him against Electro.
Well, you know what I thought would have been a funny idea that would have, like, cleared up the whole idea? Imagine if Kraven straight up beat these supervillains without, like, the chemical elixir that amped him. But it's like against Spider-Man, he straight up loses, but he gets the, like the chemical stuff to amp him to fight Peter, and that's...
Sure. Okay,
that's kind of like mirroring the idea that they're both using
I gotta go see Haley in the meantime.
After feeling neglected by Peter yet again, he goes to see Haley. And during this, not only does his personal life get interrupted by Spider-Man once again, but Haley also tries to communicate to him to stop letting Lee consume him.
Yeah, okay. All right, I see it. Lee is still out there. The city needs me. It's Spider-Man. Right now.
See, again, he's literally saying this shit in, like, a public fucking place.
You couldn't just sign language this shit?
Yeah, it's like, I feel like the reason he's saying it is for, like, the audience, but, like, it feels really weird that Miles is saying this to, one, a deaf person, and two, he's saying it in a public place. I mean, sure, no one's around, but it's like, there could very well be.
I know some people like
it's like either way, like I definitely wouldn't. Either way, I definitely wouldn't say like that in a public place because like literally anything could happen.
Oh yeah, fair. Genki tries to communicate to Miles that Miles shouldn't be.
Especially within the context that there are like these lethal genius hunters with God knows how impressive technology in the freaking city. And this isn't the first time that it's happened, because obviously you have the fucking Roxxon soldiers in the Miles Morales game, and then you have the Sable soldiers in the PS4 game.
After revenge. But Miles shuts down his friend and family trying to help him with this struggle due to being so concerned with Lee.
It's about time Pete called me back.
Hey, how's it going with Haley?
Had to bail. Lizard's loose. Could use your eyes in the skies.
The lizard?
Also, Haley thinks I'm crazy for trying to find Lee. Seems like everyone does.
We're protecting you. Revenge just...
Not after revenge. Dad always believed in second chances. But that's not what this is. It's my job to protect y'all, not the other way around.
I get it. Okay.
At almost every point in this story and the side con-
He literally just said... Miles literally just did a Black Suit Peter. I'm the hero, not you.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and also like that whole like dialogue got me confused for a minute because it's like it's not revenge, but I am trying to protect you guys. Like,
hold on. No. Shush. That scene doesn't even make sense. Literally in the exact same scene, listen to what he says to Genki.
It's about time Pete called me back.
Hey, how's it going, Haley?
Had to bail. Lizard's loose. Could use your eyes in the skies.
It's my job to save you, not the other way around. I could use your eyes in the skies. He's literally asking for help, and he immediately afterwards says, I'm the hero, not you.
No. What's even weirder, he says that, this is not revenge. Dad always believed did second chances, but not like this.
So Haley thinks
but that's,
trying to find Lee.
Seems
like everyone does.
Yeah, it's like freaking Batman with Jason Todd. You say you want to be better than me, but it won't happen. Not like this.
We're protecting you. Revenge
not after revenge. That always
like Miles is like a fucking psycho in this scene.
Not the other way around.
I get it. Okay.
At almost every point in the story and the side content as well, when Miles is trying to connect or spend time with anyone or finish his essay, it's always interrupted by Spider-Man. But it's also interrupted by Miles' unwillingness
Bully Morales, I know, right?
To find time for himself, or move on from the past. After the ending to this mission, Miles thinks that Peter is ready to finally work together on something again. But Peter again shoots this down, leaving Miles in the exact same place that he was before this mission. Then, Miles is captured by Kraven, and before the Lee boss fight, we can again see Miles' insecurities of losing his loved ones.
What if the hunters know who I really am? What if they took off my mask? What if...
Thinking of a fight?
Genki, can you hear me now? Please. Did they get to him? Did they get to Mom?
But then he has to face Martin Lee, and he berates Martin on the things that haunt Martin from his past.
Not gonna lie, I know that this is like a really high tense scene, but I've always found it funny that Craven is just chilling right there.
Please.
Like he's not even hold on.
But then
like he's not even behind like fucking bulletproof glass or bars or anything. Like he's just chilling right there. Like imagine like I always wonder what would happen if both of them were to just like turn on him. Like the fuck would Craven do in that scenario?
They just jump him.
Yeah, they literally just fucking jump him and beat his ass.
We could take him.
He's just chilling. Like the freaking hunters are behind bars, but Craven's just chilling.
He has to face Martin Lee, and he berates Martin on the things that haunt Martin from his past. But the ironic thing is that both Miles and Martin Lee are both struggling with their past, both physically and mentally in this fight.
So how many people did you kill before I got here?
Also, pause it.
I didn't have a choice.
Craven's on a smoke break.
Why, no, it's like why would Lee consider fighting Miles? Why would he just propose like, shouldn't we take down Craven together? Because I know he's gonna kill me if I kill you anyway.
Yeah, it's like Martin's literally like, okay, Martin's like, okay, yeah, I'm a changed man, like prison changed me. Meanwhile, yeah, I'm also gonna kill a kid. Like,
yeah, like what's even funnier is that someone just brought this up. Why doesn't Craven just 2v1 them if he wants a challenge?
that's a really good point, yeah. If you want...
Oh, wait, yeah!
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. If Craven wants to die by, like, the biggest... But I'd also... Hang on. I'd also point out, this entire set piece makes no sense, because his sights is on Black Suit Peter.
That being a contrived ending to Miles' character arc.
Well, no, this entire scene makes no sense, because he doesn't give a fuck about either of these characters, because his attention is on Black Suit Peter.
Because Insomniac wants to make Miles fucking relevant for some reason.
Also, consider this. If Martin Lee kills Miles... what does Craven have to lure Black Suit Peter?
I just...
But it's like, why would he... But it's like... He wouldn't even need Miles to lure Peter, because it's like, Peter would go after him anyways.
Well, it's just like, it's the same thing that Batman said in Arkham Origins. Like, he'll endanger innocents to attract my attention.
Craven probably wanted to lure Peter, but it's like, he wouldn't even need to lure Peter, because it's like, Peter already knows Craven exists, and Peter even said to him, like, at the church, he said, we'll finish this later. It's like, Peter's already intent on stopping Craven.
Also, can I mention, it would have been so much more better if this was just the Hunters' idea without Craven's intervention. Like, Craven's just fucked off with the rest, so it's like, these are just the Hunters just having fun.
I guess. Maybe it's just for Craven's entertainment, like he just doesn't give a fuck, but it's like, surely he would, because he's on...
Leave it up.
But it's like, surely Craven would care, because he's on borrowed time. It's like he's literally dying to his disease. It's like, surely he would care, but anyway.
You know, you can see you guys are barely like a fourth of the way through the video.
Like, Craven needs to be above this stuff. Like, he's above the party.
But it's like, that line of dialogue doesn't even make sense, because it's like he doesn't care about either Miles or Martin Lee. Like, if it was like a free-for-all between Black Suit Peter, Martin Lee, and Miles, like, that would make more sense, because Craven's like, okay, Black Suit Peter's gonna whoop their asses. But it's like, that doesn't happen.
I understand because it's lazy writing on for Insomniac's part. They need to make Miles relevant. So that's why they came up with all this stupid shit in the first place.
The inner demons? Devil's breath? The city hall bombing?
Don't recount my sins to me. I know what I can.
You have no idea! Did Craven bring you here, or was it voluntary?
They should just use bug spray on the Spider-Man, exactly.
Leave your superiority complex. We're both in this meeting.
What's my server time didn't change you at all?
You're wrong.
Okay, you speeding up the video, Rift?
I am, because he just keeps playing the game scenes. Also, can we just appreciate the fact... time in jail didn't change you at all. You're wrong. Proceeds to beat up like a teenager.
Also,
Miles is not a teenager.
Also, this
Miles is a teenager.
Miles
the fuck did you just say? Miles is a teenager.
Also, can we just acknowledge that Miles just straight up didn't denied the fact that he was gonna probably kill Lee here.
Miles is like 17 in this game. Yeah, like
No, he's not. He's over 18.
Wait, what, 17? Fucking semantics. He's still a teenager.
You'll never defeat me.
So what? He doesn't deny he's gonna kill him.
You never fought this one.
Yeah, like.
Do you feel any regret for what you've done? Whatever I did to you in the past, it's never been personal. I'm sure you were with it. What do you want? I want you to feel even half the pain you caused me. I don't want to have to kill you. Wow, maybe you have changed. This is going to be the last time you hurt anybody. You're a cliche. I think the other spider has a man behind the mask. You don't know anything about me.
And eventually, Lee uses that to his advantage. And
does
those
a bit,
fears, doubts, and insecurities that I talked about earlier are fleshed out upon even more.
4 negatives in a row.
This is real.
What's more real than fear?
What are you doing to me?
Take a look into your soul. I see a boy, terrified of being alone, of failing his family.
Get out of my head, man.
Out of your head. But there's so much to see.
Out of my head, man.
So much pain. So much.
He is 17 in Spider-Man 2.
Can I just?
What do you mean he's 17 in Spider-Man 2?
Can I just hold on? Can I just point out something as well? So he learns Miles's identity from doing this shit to him. Why doesn't he learn Peter's identity?
Like, the only explanation I can have is that Peter's mentally stronger than Miles, but it's just like, yeah.
Well, he's evidently not mentally strong enough to resist Lee, because Lee, like, invades his head, like, on the first try he does this to him. It's like, yeah, Peter breaks free from the mental thing eventually, but it's like, so does Miles. But it's like, why doesn't he learn Peter's identity?
Like, the only explanation I can have is that Miles is so mentally, like, fucked up, whereas, like, Peter is, like, you know, fine in the PS4 game.
But it's like, Peter's not mentally fine, because he's suffering from the fucking City Hall thing. It's like, when he's in his head, he's, like, freaking out. He's like, I can't save everyone.
Oh my god, someone just Google it. We already did. Literally, it said that in Spider-Man, Miles is 15, and in Spider-Man 2, he's 17.
All you've ever done is let people down. Put people in danger. It's not Spider-Man. Spider-Man helps people. You just hurt them. It's not true. Hey, whoa, don't shoot the messenger here. It's not even me you're letting down. It's your dad. Oh, what the hell, Miles?
I know this is you, Lee.
Yeah, of course it is. I'm always here for you. I do everything for you.
I'm not listening.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you say that. Because all that matters is you, right? All you do is take. You put me in danger. You put Haley in danger. For what? What do we get?
I know I'm
left behind. That's
Oh,
all
shit.
we get. That's what we end up with Finn.
Pinky!
I know I said it wasn't your fault, but I guess I just mostly felt bad for you.
I can't do this anymore, Miles. You're always gone. Always in danger.
No!
You're going to get yourself killed.
Won't.
And then what? You can't win, Miles. I should never have let you try. All it's ever done is make me more alone. Put me in more danger.
No! I want to protect you! I will!
Heard that before. Mean it. Not from you.
Oh my god, how fucking long is this scene?
Just that morning. Everything he does.
Oh my... Why is it so long?
But it's like, it's to the point where the scene's gone on for so damn long, I forgot what his original point was.
I feel like he's just doing this for emotional...
No, Finn. Spider-Man can protect everyone. Who will?
Either that or ad revenue.
Come on now. You're more than just Spider-Man. You can try and hide behind that mask, but I know who you are. I know what you stand for. I've been watching you.
You have?
That hurts.
They need to trim this shit down so much here, because this is too fucking long.
I'm just gonna skip ahead, this is absurd.
Pillars of this story. If they don't progress as characters and take steps in moving on from the past, then they would have both lost themselves completely. And now that Miles has progressed through the help of his friends and family, he can help Peter progress as well. And so...
Oh, now this fucking montage. No, we're skipping ahead to the actual point. Fuck you.
Take off.
Over earlier. And to next get into Peter's greatest
no
enemy
wonder
in
why
this
I'm feeling
game,
so stupid.
the fridge.
It's a
And
Colin
the
video.
unserious authority in his life almost caused him to push everyone in his life away and lose himself completely. The same way that Otto and Martin
I thought this was a different video.
made them lose themselves. But it's through the help of Miles, the person that Peter has mentored and has been there for since the day his dad died, that he is able...
Yeah, I do kind of hate that aspect. I do feel like Peter should have overcome it by himself.
I agree. Like, the problem with this is that they either amp up the symbiote so much, or they actually nerf Peter. It's either one of the two.
But it's like, I just think it's stupid, because it's like, okay, in every, like, adaptation of the character, it's like, Peter can't do it by himself. It's like, he needs, like, sound waves, he needs, like, electricity, he needs, like, Uncle Ben's guidance. But the point is...
It's a form of outdoor intervention.
Well, but the point is that no matter what he has, it's never someone else entirely. It's either, like, the environment which demonstrates his intelligence, or it's a part of his life. It's like
his moral.
The idea
his,
that like
power.
The idea that like someone else comes in, it like I do agree it is stupid.
Well, it's like it cheapens his willpower and the ability to like fight what the symbiote's doing to him. Like,
I also think it's
physically.
I also think it's a spit in the face to this Spider-Man, because it's like he overcomes like all of these mental-based attacks in like the first game. Like Martin Lee's powers, he overcomes the Scorpion toxin, but then when it comes to like something like the symbiote, which also affects him, it's like he needs like Miles to like fully break him out of it.
Well, no, it's like Peter does eventually do it himself. The problem is that it takes Miles' encouragement to do it.
It's like I feel like what would have been really good is if we had like, like that scene with Miles where it's like all the people in his head basically being like with the Martin Lee thing. Have something like that with Peter, kind of like Spectacular Spider-Man.
Well, this is something I like to bring up with Gotham Knights, just because I feel like it did this a way better. It shows that in the boss fight with Bruce is clearly whooping their asses to the point that if Bruce didn't fight back, then his sidekicks would have been fucked. But it's still a fight, but it makes it show that Bruce, even though he's mentally fucked, is still like fighting back.
Miles didn't really earn the right to help Peter pull the suit off of him. He didn't have enough. Yeah, that's a fair point as well, because it's like Miles didn't really. He wasn't really committed to like the whole revenge thing. So it's like there's multiple times where he's like, "Do I go after Lee? No, fuck that. The community matters more." It's like it doesn't feel all that satisfying. Peter's willpower gets the symbiote off him. I mean, not really. It's like there's a shit ton of sound waves. There's Miles's talk with him.
It's like I agree, and it have to be his willpower. It's just that the problem with it is that his willpower needs help to begin with.
Yeah.
But it's like
could argue the symbiote in this verse is stronger than any other. Like it could be stronger than Spectacular's or Raimi's, but it's like that in of itself still cheapens the idea that Peter can break out of it.
But it's like if you want to talk willpower, I think there's been no greater example than like if you like just willpower, like Spider-Man 3. It's like he goes to the bell and he's just like, all right, I'm just gonna tear this off me. Like, there's no inner monologue, there's no anything. He's just like, okay, this fucking costume needs to go. And he just goes and gets rid of it.
He only did it because he hit MJ, which I feel like is still a stupid-ass reason, but still.
Well, no, I think that's a good reason for snapping him out of it, but, like, the point I was making is that, like, in terms of just pure fucking willpower, it's like Toby does it better. He's just like, okay, like, I'm just gonna get rid of you now. Like, you affected me, but, like, now you don't affect me. Hey, do you remember do you remember that one time where we spent like 20 minutes dissecting the fucking Spider-Man 3 symbiote scene? I remember that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
We should do that again.
I just feel like that when it comes to Insomniac Peter in particularly, it's like this game you either have to buy the idea Peter was nerfed or that everything but him was amped.
Yeah, but
also, I'm just here for emotional
Miles
support,
isn't
so
the one
I
who
won't
took
get
the
in the way.
symbiote off of Peter.
It's fine.
He helped Peter beat.
It's such a shame as well, because it's like there's really good if you ignore context, there's a load of good moments in this game. Like when he tears the fucking suit off of him, it's like that made me cry the first time I saw it. But like then when you like hype, huh?
Nothing.
I know you don't cry because you fucking have no emotions, but like but it's like when you truly do think of like the whole story and like piece it together, it's like it just like it feels epic, but it doesn't feel earned, if that makes sense.
It's just the idea that the more you look at it, the more you realize it could have been done better.
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's a really cool scene, but it just doesn't feel earned.
Himself. Because you can't help someone who is unwilling to help themselves. But we still got more to cover with...
it would be like, to use an MCU example, it would be like if Thanos won after spending the entire film getting his ass kicked by the Avengers. Like, it just wouldn't have felt earned.
These characters and MJ, so I really like this moment...
For me, I don't feel like this story is worse than, say, Tom Holland's run, but it's like I feel like it's better than TASM 2, but worse than Spider-Man 3, if that makes sense.
Genki and his mom. When Genki starts talking like he's about to die, I found that a bit funny. But what I really like is these parts where Miles is going to take those steps.
Like, it feels like they're trying to do too much with not enough.
Yeah, it's like it suffers from the same problem as those two films, so it's like it's in the middle between.
But also,
I think one of the biggest criticisms that I hear from Spider-Man 2 is that people feel the symbiote arc here feels a bit rushed.
Yeah,
like,
I also
probably should.
I also think the symbiote arc is just way too extreme. Like the idea
as
that
amazing as Venom's voice design and everything is, he's honestly not really that memorable.
But it's like, I feel like Spider-Man 2's story would have worked perfectly if it was like an entire series of a Spider-Man show. Where it's like, okay, at the start, it's just like a harmless, like, exosuit, if you like. And no one really knows shit about it other than, like, Norman and Connors. And then, like, 13 episodes later, oh, it's this giant freaking monster trying to conquer the Earth. It's like, that would have worked a bit better. But it's like, with a game, it just doesn't work. Because it's like, okay, you're seriously expecting me to...
I do have an idea here.
Go on.
I think it's possible Spider-Man 2, I know this is probably a controversial thing here, but maybe it should have been split into two games, like part 1 and part 2. Have the first part focus on Kraven and the symbiotes and stuff here. And then the second part is the symbiote is Venom and the symbiote invasion itself.
Here's the thing about it. I talked to Comic Legend about this, and I fully agree with him. The game should have actually been focused on the idea that Venom was going to be Eddie Brock, and he was a revenge character, and any symbiote invasion should have just been Carnage.
In the OG script, Kraven was added late. But it's like, Kraven's irrelevant, because it's like, I think Kraven was better than Venom. Like, the problem is with Venom himself, because it's like, the idea that he starts the game as, like, a harmless, like, barely even a creature, because, like, he's just chill. And then by the end of the game, he's like this giant monster, like, hell-bent on destroying the world in his own way. It just does not work. Like, it's too much. You're trying to do too much too soon.
It just would have been.
It's probably because
it's just that it would have been so much better if it wasn't an alien invasion, but it was just Venom just giving his offspring to people he thought needed. Like, imagine if Harry was going to the sickly and, like, the helpless, and that's who he was giving the symbiotes to, not just to everyone and anyone.
But it's like, I feel like the whole idea of the healing the world thing, I mentioned this in the live stream with SK. Let me know what you guys think. I know that Asap's already heard this, but like, I feel like if you were to completely scrap the whole, like, you know, taking over the world thing, and have Venom twist Peter's and Miles's no-kill rule, where it's like, okay, we're gonna heal the rule. Sorry, I've been drinking. Like, I cannot stop slurring my speech.
Kill the world by killing all the...
Yeah, the idea that we're gonna heal the world by killing everyone who's evil. And it could have been very interesting. They could have, like, challenged Peter and Miles's no-kill rule.
And what would have been interesting is, imagine if Harry also had that mentality from the beginning, where it's like, yeah, I want to heal the world, but I want to kill every bad person, and he argues with Peter as his agent Venom.
Which would actually make sense, because it's like, we see, from Harry's perspective, it's like he straight up sees Kraven kill Peter. It's like, the whole, like, killing people to make the world a better place, it's like, that's something that Harry, and by extension Venom, would, like, definitely agree with. They'd be like, like, how many times have you, like, like, we've been in your head, Peter. It's like, how many times did you, like, stop these people only for them to just keep doing the same shit over and over? It's like, we're gonna heal the world by killing them permanently. No one else should have to suffer.
Well, no. It would also play
This is what you want
that...
deep down. Like, we've been in your head, we know this.
Well, it would have also been a very interesting take for the idea that Harry has this black and white mentality. Yeah, heal people who deserve it, but also kill everyone who deserves it. And it's like, as soon as it comes back to Harry, it's like he kills... It's like, say he doesn't even kill his father's men. Say he just breaks out of Oscorp and he starts killing the hunters left and right. And it's just the idea that he just straight up doesn't care. And you can even feel like Peter's become a bad person.
Insomniac Venom didn't want to destroy the world. When I say destroy the world, I mean from, like, the average human's perspective, because, like, it may as well be a doomsday scenario, what Venom's doing. Yeah. Like, obviously, he's not literally destroying the world, but he's literally, he's turning everyone into fucking aliens. Like, it's clearly an end-of-the-world scenario.
I would also just get rid of Anti-Venom and the Null Meteorite altogether. Like, take away that entirely and just have it be that Peter and Miles and Base just fight Base Venom.
Yeah, something like that. It's like, I feel like the whole challenging the no-kill rule would have made more sense.
To spend actual time with people and try not to be so caught up in Spider-Man stuff all the time.
But the sad thing is, I don't even think they're gonna do that with Green Goblin. Like, I don't even think they're gonna challenge his no-kill. I genuinely think they're gonna do another Doomsday scenario with Green Goblin, and it's just not gonna work. Like,
I hope not.
I'm gonna just say,
I really
like,
hope not.
I'm gonna just say this right now. There is genuinely no way that I can see Spider-Man 3 being good. There is not a single way I can, like, see that story working. Which is why I'm kind of, like, tapped out of this series, because, like, I just don't see how they can do Spider-Man 3.
That's understandable.
Well, it's just like the only way they can possibly fix this is if they make more in-between games, like a Silk game, or like a Spider-Man 3, but not necessarily leading to Green Goblin.
Well, it's like, they've already set up Green Goblin, though, because it's like, he says, like, oh, get the G-Serum ready. It's like, he's wearing green and purple. It's like, it's pretty clear they're setting up, he has, like, a hatred towards Spider-Man. Like, it's so obvious they're gonna do Spider-Man 3. But it's like, the problem with that, though, is that, like, they already struggled with balancing a story between Peter and Miles. It's like, they've already teased Cindy Moon, so it's like, if Cindy Moon becomes Silk, it's like, you've got 3 Spider-Men there. It's like, they're gonna struggle to, like, give the characters, like, a time in the sun. It's like, Norman is mostly connected with Peter, and same with Doc Ock. It's like, he's only really connected with Peter's Spider-Man. So it's like, I feel like it's just gonna be a repeat of Spider-Man 2, but possibly even worse, because you've just got even more characters to balance. Like, well, it's just the only way that I can see it working is if Goblin kills fucking everyone. Like, he kills MJ, Rio, like, Ganke, but they're not gonna do that. And it's like, and all 3 Spider-Men just go rogue trying to kill this fucker. But it's like, they're not gonna do that, because why would they? You know, they didn't let the characters be, like, mean in this game, so they're not gonna do it in Spider-Man 3. So, like, I genuinely don't see what they're gonna do.
Well, it's just like a way I see it working is if they do a Spider-Man 3, but it's about Carnage, and it's the idea of Peter, and it's like just a better Spider-Man 2, but in a sense that, oh, Peter and Miles are working together and everything's going fine. But then I would add an element like, say, like Silk Cindy Moon doesn't become Silk, but she dies in the game. Like, she had the potential to be something great, but it's like Peter and Miles failed. Like, something like that. Like, she tried to go against...
I don't even know what that is, not gonna lie.
But it's like, one thing that I really want to happen in Spider-Man 3 is for, like, Cindy and Miles to fight Anti-Venom, but I just know that's not gonna happen. Like a fucking bloodlusted Anti-Venom going against Miles and Cindy. Like, that would have been cool, but I don't know if they're gonna
I feel like fuck at that point, because Anti-Venom should have no weaknesses.
Oh yeah, but like, well, that's why it's a 2v1, but even so.
Well, no, it's even worse than, say, base Peter and Miles versus Venom, because at least Venom, like, regular Venom has weaknesses.
But it's like, Anti-Venom's not invincible. It's like, they could probably fuck him up.
The time, letting his relationship slip away. And the other moment when he tells his mom
even
that
Venom
he took
could,
her
like,
advice
mess him
of letting go of things
times.
that don't serve him, like I went over earlier. And to next get into Peter's greatest enemy in this game, the fridge. But no, on a serious note, I want to get into MJ in this game. To get into MJ, we need to go back a bit. MJ in this game feels lost. She's working a job she doesn't even want to do because she needs...
I wrote this earlier, I don't know if you saw my earlier comment, I think Mark and... Yeah, I saw that comment.
To support herself and Peter. And she feels like she needs to make a difference from the inside. She stressed this whole game trying to write a story so that she doesn't get fired. She tried to write one story, one about the kind of tech the hunters are using and who their leader is and what their goal is, and she wrote...
Also, this might be a big hot take, but I'm gonna say it anyways. I fucking hate what they've done with Godzilla in the recent films. Like, he just feels way too fast, way too light. Like, he doesn't feel... It's like... I feel like the best version of Godzilla for me was in 2014, because the motherfucker was a titan. Like, he was slow as shit, and you genuinely believed, like, he was that strong.
No, I thought I was the only one who thought about I tried watching the King Kong vs Godzilla movie, and I wanted to throw my TV out of the room because how mad I was with the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like
it was so boring.
Like, I feel like if you're gonna do a Godzilla that's fast, you should do like a specific version of him that's fast. But it's like the idea that you have Monsterverse where he's slow as fuck in 2014 and then all of a sudden he's fast in like the newer films. It just looks really weird to me.
Yeah.
But he also,
I'm not the other one who
but he
noticed
also,
that, how bad.
like, Godzilla also just doesn't feel big in the recent films, because it's like, they do, like, these really zoomed-out shots where Godzilla looks small. It's like, in 2014, like, he looks massive every single time you see him.
Yeah, like...
That's what she said.
Wrote this story to try and track them down faster, most likely to save more people, especially after getting the news from Peter that Kraven killed Scorpion. But Jonah takes the story about the river battle.
I'm so fucking pissed. Oh, God.
Instead, because it's more dramatic and eye-catching, instead of a story trying to save lives. And the story that she writes that finally gets her job security is the one that she writes about Peter. And now, after talking with a certain character, I conceded on the fact that I thought this was character assassination for MJ.
I think he was best in King of the Monsters. Yeah, like, King of the Monsters was like a good balance, where it's like, he was fast at times, but he still had like a shit ton of weight behind him.
I also like the music in that one a lot more, actually, not gonna lie. But like the music
it's like every time, like, cause also, he wasn't fast all the time. Like, when he, like, full-on sprinted against, like, Ghidorah at the end of the film, it's like, that was, like, a one-off thing, and it was, like, awesome as a result. But it's like, now you have, like, fucking Godzilla and Kong, like, running all the time in the recent films. They just look like fucking Power Rangers villains. Like, they look so goofy. Like,
for real?
Like they look like the tiny fucking animals that come together to make the Megazords. Like, they look so stupid.
Like, oh god.
Right, well, hold on. What's he saying about MJ?
The one that she writes about Peter. And now, after talking with a certain...
I actually kind of want to talk to SK about this, because I kind of...
character. I conceded on the fact that I thought this was character assassination for MJ, her writing this article. But after going through the story again and talking a bit more about it, I think that this article was just the product of MJ not knowing what to do to keep her job, the job which she believes is holding their financial situation together, and she's really stressed about this, and she also kind of just went through a traumatic event with Peter. But now, she wanted to get feedback from Peter about the article, but we obviously know how that turned out. But the reason I was willing to concede on this was because of this cutscene from Spider-Man PS4.
This is all my fault.
No, not this one again. You are not alone anymore, Pete.
But this article doesn't really contradict that. MJ is still here for Peter.
Well, it's like, the reason why... Like, I feel like this scene could have been fixed if she literally, like, screamed to him in this scene. Like, if she says, like, you tried killing me, damn it, or something like that. But again, it's like, all the characters in this film, all the characters in this game are just so damn nice. It's like, if she posted the article and Peter was pissed, it's like, I feel like all she would have had to do in this scene is just scream at his face and be like, yeah, you tried killing me. But she just doesn't.
I don't think that an article...
Like, this scene almost works.
Written from
a...
It's so like, close to working.
Oh, can I say something before? I have to get going right now, but I wanted to end on a note, but it's just like, you could have just seriously just had it so that Peter shows up at Harry's, and you can literally just have MJ scream without the article.
Well, it's like... I understand why she posts the article, because it's like, she does try tell him, like, multiple times, but it's like, he's a bit of a dick. But it's like, even, I think my reasoning why she does it is to try snap him out of it, because it's like, she even talked to him earlier in the game, like, after Blizzard's defeated, and she's like, yeah, you guys, like, caused so much fucking damage, I'm surprised no one got killed, and Peter just doesn't care. So it's like, I feel like MJ, like, posted the article, one, because money, but also two, to try snap him out of it. And it's like, at this point in time, she should have said, like, you almost killed me and you don't fucking remember doing it. Like, something's clearly wrong with you. But she just doesn't.
Like,
it's so...
It was actually pretty damn funny. Imagine, you know how she had her phone acting as a light in her pocket? It's like, why didn't she record the whole damn thing?
That's actually a fair point. Yeah, she doesn't. Because it's like, even if like she did like a piece to camera like after she escaped Peter, it's like you'd still hear him like crawling around in the background and making like inhuman sounds.
Well, no, it's just like, if you had a shred of evidence to prove your claim, imagine Peter seeing that shit.
The one thing that I do like about Godzilla in the recent films is how human he acts. Like when fucking they're at Egypt or what have you, and Kong's just like surrendering, and Godzilla still just charges him through a pyramid anyways. Like that made me laugh when I saw it. Like,
well, I have to get going now, but it's just the more you think about Spider-Man 2, I'm just gonna end it by saying this to all audience. It's better than TASM 2, it's worse than Spider-Man 3, that's where I put it.
Establishment run by J. Jonah Jameson is changing that. Now, is turning public opinion against Spider-Man really the best option right now with how Peter is acting? Probably not, but I think that can just be chalked up to her making a mistake. Because just like in the first game...
But like... Who's speaking?
Oh, it's Phoenix.
Oh, it's... Hello, you prick. It's been a while since you've been here.
Hi. Hello. I just thought about this as something like just add on to Ace8's point. Harry, after she recorded, she could have showed Peter the footage just to back up her claim, and Harry would have been surprised. Like, he would have been like, he doesn't act that way with the symbiote. That's not what it's supposed to be.
Well, yeah, it's like, the reason why I don't really have an issue with MJ posting the article is because people in the verse have already noticed that something's wrong with Peter. It's like the fucking Danica podcast, like, she mentioned something's wrong with him. It's like Miles' first interaction with Black Suit Peter, he instantly notices something's wrong. Like, same with Genki and stuff. So it's like, I don't have an issue with her, like, posting the article specifically, but I think that, like, it could have had such a negative... Like, I think she got so damn lucky, and it's very convenient that, like, okay, so you have someone as experienced and powerful as Spider-Man, where it's like he can fight a fucking, like, the Sable guys. It's like, it's a miracle that the freaking military don't get involved to try stop him. Or, like, they don't try, like, create, like, their own, like, Suicide Squad out of, like, the remaining supervillains. They're like, right, you need to stop Spider-Man because no one else can. Like, she got so damn lucky here.
It's not out of the realm
like,
for
this
MJ
could have backfired so much.
Not make the best decisions at all times with her character flaws or internal struggles. And the article that she writes isn't...
But, like, I'd also point out that was... bringing it back to the PS4 game stupid because she literally, like, learns from that in the PS4 game.
Even that.
So well done. Like, MJ is also assassinated in this game by your own logic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I didn't realize that.
The only thing she leaves out is that she believes there's an alien suit changing him, but if she mentions that in the article, that could lead into other problems. And I think...
I mean, it would already lead into a manhunt, wouldn't it? Like, Spider-Man's...
Yeah, it would...
Spider-Man's being a dick. Spider-Man's being an asshole. Spider-Man's doing this, that, and the other. It's like, okay... The fucking Suicide Squad need to show up and whoop his ass,
But also, like, I would have to, like, somewhat, I would have to agree this because, like, they don't know that the suit's an alien, and two, they would have saw tendrils popping out of his body, and they would like, okay, yeah, we need to call the military, we need to call the CIA.
But it's like, even if they leave out the detail of it being an alien, it's like, surely there would be, like, you know that scene where it's, like, at Connor's house, and, like, Peter bursts out and, like, attacks the hunters? It's in, like, the demo. Yeah. It's like, wouldn't there be, like, so many fucking eyewitnesses seeing that?
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah.
Yeah, it's like there'd be eyewitnesses at the freaking, pier as well. Like, there'd be eyewitnesses for the fucking lizard chase.
Also, I will be right back if you guys are still streaming. I just need to take care of, like, the kittens. I'm flustering right now.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, Kiwi.
I think that anybody even reading the article, that everybody in the city knows that Peter is wearing a new suit. The Danicast also mentions the new black suit multiple times, and they state that's the #1 podcast in the city, and Spider-Man is...
Yeah, it's like, even there, they kind of acknowledge that something's wrong with Peter.
Already always all over the news. I think if people don't put 2 and 2 together that, oh, Spider-Man started acting weird. Oh, he's got a new suit. I think that's kinda on them. And again, MJ...
I mean... I feel like he could have worded that better because
context for
well, yeah, they don't
have the context.
They don't have the context, but it's like even without the knowledge that it's like an alien costume, it's like people still know he's acting differently.
Yeah.
Crap, Phoenix,
She
you're
doesn't
still
even
you're
want
here.
to
I was
do
wondering
this, but
whatever
she felt
happened
like
to
she
you.
had to keep the job that,
I was working
again,
on my
is the
Last
only
of
thing
Us
she
season
thinks
2
is
review, which,
keeping
oh
their
boy,
financial
that show's ready
situation
to rip
afloat.
apart.
And after this, Peter isn't answering calls from anyone. And when she sees him, we get this scene where she's trying to help Peter, but Peter is being a douchebag and is not accepting anything from anyone. And she still tries to call him after this as well. She's still...
But it's like, in that scene, she just doesn't try hard enough. Like, that's the problem. It's like, she doesn't, like... I can just tell that you don't want to watch this video because you don't really care about the Insomniac right now. Well, it's like, I care about Insomniac Spider-Man. It's like, I still replay the first game, like, and I have a lot of fun with the first game. Like, the problem is that... Like, this is the thing. It's like, I like Spider-Man 2's gameplay more than Spider-Man 1's, for the most part. Like, the web swinging, at least. Combat is kind of 50-50, because I like Spider-Man 1's gadgets. But, like, I've noticed that I have no incentive to replay Spider-Man 2. But I do for Spider-Man Remastered. And I'm like, why is that? And it's like, I'm just trying to... One of the reasons is the story. Like, it's so annoying, because it's like, I like the, I love Spider-Man Remastered. Like, Spider-Man Remastered is one of my favorite games of all time. But, like, I'm just so annoyed that I don't feel that way for Spider-Man 2 when I was so hyped for it.
Yeah, because, like, the best way that I can describe it is... It's pretty much... The best way I can describe it is pretty much... The gameplay is good, and it's better than Spider-Man 1's, but the story... Yeah, Spider-Man 1 has it. So it's basically like you're playing the game for the gameplay, or you're playing Spider-Man 2 for the gameplay. So it's like it's a similar boat.
The more I think about it, the more I think about it, I actually have the same feeling too, where the gameplay is fun, but the story is just doesn't compare to Spider-Man 1.
Also, you guys want a hot take? Here's how you guys want a hot take. I think Spider-Man Remastered looks more beautiful than Spider-Man 2. I do. Like, I think Spider-Man Remastered is so fucking gorgeous. I'm not saying that this game looks bad, I just think Spider-Man Remastered is like the best looking Spider-Man game from the Insomniac series.
Yeah.
But
surprisingly, I think Spider-Man Remastered surprisingly has better performance compared to Spider-Man 2.
I mean, yeah, that kind of goes without saying, because, I mean... Yeah. Like, no shit. But yeah, you're not wrong, it has way better performance. But it's like...
Well, I would expect the sequel to have better performance than its predecessor, you know?
I mean, not necessarily. If it's more demanding, it might not.
Someone in the chat said, someone asked us in the chat if we're excited for Wolverine. I'm not.
I feel like Insomniac need to get their shit together. I feel like the hacking probably didn't help much. I think Insomniac is they need to...
Yeah, I feel like I actually feel like ever since the hack, freaking Insomniac just... I feel not really been the same.
But it's like, I'm not gonna blame them, because at the end of the day, it's like, you get hacked, it is what it is. It's like, it happens.
Yeah.
But it's like, I just feel sorry for the poor bastards who, like, they worked their asses off to create this game, and they just get screwed over by, like, either higher ups or factors beyond their control. So it's like, whenever I say, like, it's why you'll never hear me say I hate Insomniac themselves, because it's like, most of Insomniac is just comprised of, like, normal people. They were doing their job when they made this game. Like, they did nothing wrong. Like, you know, they were just making a game. Like, it is what it is.
So,
but it's...
Also, doesn't a lot of their orders also come from Sony themselves?
Yeah, it's like
Sony...
that's
the reason why this game... That's the reason why the third act is, dog shit, because Sony decided to come in and say, hey, you need to remove shit.
Yeah, it's like Sony own the rights to Spider-Man, so it's like they have control over this shit, which is annoying.
But later in the game, when she gets a promotion, she doesn't feel anything from it. It's like playing a game of Fortnite using aimbot.
No idea what he's trying to prove
you won,
with that.
but you don't get any real...
That's why I say Arkham Knight is better than Spider-Man 2. Chat, what do you prefer, Arkham Knight or Spider-Man 2?
In
what regard?
Just the whole fucking package. Like, if you had to like 100% one of them right now, which are you choosing?
Probably
Spider-Man 2.
Probably Spider-Man 2, because it's far less demanding than Arkham Knight.
Honestly,
I'm just saying Spider-Man 2 because I read
Keep in mind, in Arkham Knight, you have to collect like over 200 or 300 fucking Riddler trophies to 100% the game.
I don't know. I'd definitely be torn.
Faction from it. And then during the Scream boss
If you
fight,
remove
we
Arkham
get what
City
MJ,
for
just like
Spider-Man
Peter,
2,
has been
yeah,
holding in
100%
for
Arkham
so
City.
long.
He plays so much during this scene. I'm just gonna like.
Watson, you want the truth?
You want the truth?
I want the truth. And sure, these things come out in the most dickheadish way possible.
Like when Arkham Knight has a better story than your game, that's how you know something's wrong.
But there's an element of truth in what she's saying, just like with Peter when she had the black suit on.
I
Even
swear
I
to God,
felt
I'll just
offended by
speed
some of the
up.
shit she was saying to Peter.
I'm not gonna be able to watch the gameplay the same anymore. I'm gonna be laughing too much, guys. All I can think is this sped up footage.
Yeah, it's like
There's a reason
listen,
why, like,
listen
I
to
do
like
not
the
like
Peter
boss
versus
fights.
Miles fight. Like Peter's screaming his head off, and it's just in 2 times speed.
It was a thought and I blurted it out. I did not mean it that way. I'm fine. Okay, but just understand I didn't mean it the way it came out. We'll take a poll on how you meant it with people here later after the show's over, but I can sit up here and honestly say, buddy, that was from a place of love.
In the
This is
beginning,
also
she
the
felt like
most
she needed to
boring
make a
review
difference
I've
from the
ever
inside,
seen.
and by the
What
end,
is Colin
I don't know.
doing?
I don't know.
like-
I remember watching this review.
What's like
it was a very good review.
Well, it's like the problem with Colin's review is that like he himself is making very like broad statements and then just showing the clips from the game and hoping that you don't know any better. Because it's like, and that's one of the reasons why I think I like SK's reviews more as a whole. Because like most of the time it's just SK talking and he's hoping. I feel like SK like thinks that you have the intelligence to just know what's going on. Like he has like shit in the background, and he only occasionally shows you like clips. But when he does, he like trims them down. So like for example, if it's like a Green Goblin speaking in the first film, he basically just like strings all the dialogue lines together, so there's no like white space, or there's no basically he's not wasting your time. Like he's only showing you the stuff that's like important. But Colin doesn't really do that, which is very annoying. And it's pretty obvious the reason why Colin doesn't do that. It's like, you could chalk it up to him being lazy or just not being good at editing. I personally think it's just to make the video longer so he gets more money from it. Because that is something that happens with YouTube. And it's pretty clear that he cares about doing YouTube for money because, I mean, even in his response to SK, he was like, yeah, I'm just not going to upload a video until my sponsorships come in. So it's like, kind of shows where his priorities are, but anyways.
I mean, Crisis is the same.
I mean, yeah, but like, but Crisis like actually is a paid editor. Like he does this for a job, but it's like he's like way fucking better at editing than Colin. Chronos, keep in mind all Sony said they had to cut shit. It was Insomniac who decided to cut stuff from the third act instead of cutting the MJ and Screwball missions. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, I think that they were both to blame for different reasons.
Yeah, and that's
I don't know, because it's like...
realized that she is lost in achieving her goals and dealing with her internal struggles.
I mean, I don't know, because it's kind of like... That interview, they made it clear that it was pretty much Sony.
Where are you with my apple fritters? I'm starving. And
Jonah?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Why
Kiss
doesn't
my
they
ass.
sound like a chipmunk when our
I
freaking
quit.
voice is sped up?
Fucking Jameson. You know what? That's we should have had more J. Jonah Jameson in this game. Like, I think that would have just carried the fucking game.
No, I don't think so.
I think that's another reason why I prefer
Why?
Spider-Man Remastered.
I don't like J. Jonah Jameson in this.
I just can't get enough of him in the first game. Like, he's so fucking funny in the first game. And in this game, he's just not quite the same.
Actually, that really would have helped with the black suit arc, because, like, there was something that I saw, like, in a video from, it was a video that I was watching. If Jameson was there, it was, like, in another review.
Oh my god. He's literally without his mask in a public fucking area.
Oh yeah, did you know the part
there
where
are windows right there.
Yeah, we're talking about this scene. I actually remember, like, at the start of the Scream boss fight, remember when she throws him out of the house? And there was a red car that zoomed right past him with his mask off. I always think to myself, oh my god, is that Peter Parker? Whap!
Yeah, it's like a dude dressed like Spider-Man gets yeeted out of Peter Parker's house. Interesting. It's like he's literally stood here with his mask off and just no one cares.
I mean, granted, like this is a construction site, so probably like no one's not there.
Phoenix, there's a house right there with windows.
To be something I'm not.
I mean, I can see why. Again, like I'm not saying you're wrong, but I can see why.
It wasn't you. And I wasn't me earlier.
At least put part of your mask on.
Podcast. Peter being Spider-Man and not getting his life together or their relationship in order is taking a toll on both of them. But the truth of the matter is, she needs Peter just as much as he needs her. And I hate how people read this boss fight as, oh,
Peter
MJ's
can't act
being
without his
gifted
freaking
Peter.
mask.
Look at this feminist way.
Why
But when Peter
takes
doesn't
it off
get the
so
people
many
with the
times
black
any
suit
chance
on
they
it.
get here.
Rift, if you're gonna have a Pokemon stream in the future, I won't mind talking about the anime or games. Yeah, I need to play Pokemon in the future. If for no other reason than just to give
really
them.
awesome.
I want to play Pokemon for 3 reasons. 3 very good reasons, okay? Number 1, to relive the childhood. 2, to spite Nintendo, because they're assholes. And 3, to ruin your childhoods.
I mean, I
seem to have this fantastic ability to make every single game in your childhood just instantly worse with my sense of humor.
Not to mention, it'll stick it to the Nintendo fanboys.
Like I'll add a Snorlax to my team and I'll call him like Queso or something. Just ruin your childhoods.
It's
By the way, question: is there a chance that you could wait? What's your favorite gen? What's your favorite gen for Pokemon? Like, is it?
I mean, 5 is pretty good. 4's good.
For me, it's Gen 5.
Black 2 and White 2 is just so good. Same with Black and White. The problem with Black and White is it just takes too long to level up, which is a bit shit.
Truth
but,
to what MJ
Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, I like those.
saying, just like Peter, but of course,
I think that's
it's
Gen
gonna
7, I think.
I think no, that should be Gen 3.
Omega Ruby and
That's Gen
Alpha
3
Sapphire,
remake.
That
That's
was
Gen 3 remake.
Yeah, so it was
Omega
Gen
Ruby and
6
Alpha
or
Sapphire.
7, right? Because it was for the 3DS.
Yeah, but in context, it's kind of I don't know. In context, like a lot of people will say, like it's like it's a 3rd gen remake.
Yeah, hold that thought for a second. Phoenix. Wasn't.
Sorry, go on.
Sorry, go ahead.
That's alright.
I was just gonna ask. Isn't Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire the game IGN gave it a low score because it has
Too much water.
Too much water?
Yeah. Sonic Gens versus Shadow Gens, which do you prefer? I prefer Sonic Gens, but that's just me.
Shadow Gens.
I'd like to see you try. Have you seen the Typhlosion jokes? Yes! We need to pick Typhlosion as the starter Pokemon.
Fucking god. Please, no.
We need a Vaporeon on the team. Yes.
come out in a terrible way.
Oh my god, please,
When
no.
you have a fucking symbiote
And a God of War as well, because fuck it.
controlling you. And
Don't literally do that.
this symbiote in this game amplifies
As the Joker once said, very poor choice of words.
emotions. But to get back to the fridge criticism people have been throwing at this game.
Yeah, it's thanks to all those leaks that they completely ruined my favorite fire type Pokemon.
Rift, will you be playing Expedition 33? Is that the French game? Is that the French game?
Yeah, the French game.
Yes, Rift, you have to play Expedition 33.
Puffer is
I haven't played it, I love it.
Puffer hates the French, and to be honest, I'm British, so I kind of hate the French as well. So yeah, I might play it at some point. If for no other reason than just to get my YouTube channel banned.
You hear that, people? Rift is racist towards French people.
I'm not racist towards them, I'm just not overly keen on them. There's a difference.
I got no defense for that. Wait.
You know what? Never mind.
It actually says here on the back of the box that the fridge is 500,000 pounds. So yeah, it makes sense now. On a serious note, though, this is like literally a nothing burger of a criticism. It's a nitpick at best. If Peter gets the fridge off of him quicker, literally nothing about the plot changes.
I don't care
Next,
about
we
the
have to
fridge
take a look
anymore.
inside Peter's head and see the things that have been affecting him so heavily.
Can we just
laid
end
out
it?
there.
Oh, thank God for that. We're at the end of the MJ section. Hating the French is part of being human. That's how I know that Triton is British as well. Torterra is the best starter and my mind will not be changed. It's a sad reality that Torterra is the worst starter when it comes to Sinnoh. Like, Sinnoh is so anti-grass and ground. Like,
I don't know, I like Charizard.
Like, Torterra... Oh, you fucking normie. Charizard, the best Pokemon, no? No,
I don't
it's
know,
like...
for me,
Torterra
my
is such
favorite
a...
starter.
Torterra is a cool Pokemon, but my freaking god, Sinnoh is not a good region to use grass and ground. Fucking ice Pokemon just bully him.
I mean, I remember I remember playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and I decided to pick Sceptile as my starter. Yeah, the first gym, I think like around like the second or third gym is a fire type gym. It was torture.
No.
The second gym.
No, that's the fourth gym. Because the first one's rock, the second one's fighting.
Yeah, so it was the fourth one. Yeah, the fourth one was just torture.
I don't know. When it comes to starters for me, I have my favorite starter is probably Venusaur because he's the most underrated of the Sinnoh starters.
I feel
of the Kanto starters. I'm sorry.
I feel like my favorite is either Mudkip or
You just said Venusaur. That's Hoenn starter.
No, it's fucking Kanto, not Hoenn.
No, no. Bankai said.
I corrected myself.
Venusaur.
Did you not hear me, Phoenix?
Okay, yeah. My fault.
Yeah, I feel like my favorite starter is either Blaziken or Mudkip, because Blaziken's just fucking goated and Mudkip's
I think my
cute.
second favorite starter would have to be Hisui and Samurott from freaking Legends Arceus, because honestly, that's a really cool evolution of Samurott.
Yeah, it's such a shame that Torterra was like such a cool starter, but then they just screwed him over by making Sinnoh like so like anti-grass and ground. It's like the amount, the ridiculous amount of ice types in that region is insane.
Also, in Sinnoh, isn't Infernape like the only viable fire type in that game?
In Diamond and Pearl, yes. In Platinum, no. In Diamond and Pearl, there's only 2 fire types in the entire game, and Infernape's one of them. But in Platinum, it's different. Like, they added, like, way more fire types.
Who's the best fire type in that one?
In Platinum?
Yes, in Platinum.
I mean, Infernape's probably, like, up there still. Like, Infernape's goated, but, like...
I'm just asking because I never played Platinum. I only played Diamond.
But, like, Infernape could still very well be the best fire type in Platinum. Like, Infernape's really fucking good. In a region that has no Mega Evolutions, yeah, he's sick. It's like, the reason why I prefer Blaziken is just because he has a Mega Evolution. That's literally it. If Infernape had a Mega Evo, he'd be above Blaziken.
Sorry, there's 2 Mega Evolutions.
Hot take, I prefer Infernape over Blaziken. Haha, I see what you did there.
That was actually pretty good.
Literally, almost everyone puts Infernape over Blaziken. It's more about... Yeah, it's like, I prefer Blaziken because he's just way stronger. It's like, Infernape's faster, but Blaziken hits harder. So, yeah, it is what it is.
For me, I don't know. For me, I prefer Infernape because I personally think Blaziken is the most overrated of the fighting trio.
The one thing that I will say about Blaziken is I don't like his design. He looks a little boring. Like, the others have, like, really nice, complex designs, but, like, Blaziken's just kind of, like... I don't know. Yeah. Like, he looks worse than Sceptile, for example.
Sceptile has an amazing design.
Yeah, Sceptile's
especially
sick.
As a Mega
the one thing I will say, I think Mega Blaziken
Especially
looks
if it's shiny.
sick. But then again, I think all 3 of the Hoenn starters look sick with Mega Evos, so it's not really...
I love how we're so freaking bored of this video. We're talking about Pokemon.
the video's an hour long.
Well, no, it's 2 hours long. Excuse me. I'm at the point where I want to quit for part 1 because we got to the end of the MJ section, but it's like now it's just like.
Oh yeah, that's what I did too. Because like I had to split it up into 3 sections because like I was just so bored with it.
Well, it's like if I want to play a Pokemon game, I just want to play Pokemon Outlaw because like it's so fucking funny and offensive. Like all of the characters are just fucking criminals. It's so funny.
Wait, what about XD Gale of
Darkness? You're gonna emulate a lot of these. Sorry.
Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, if you're gonna emulate some Pokemon games, best to do it as soon as you can before Nintendo freaking strikes them down.
Oh, we'll be fine. But yeah, it's so funny, Pokemon Outlaw. Like, fucking Professor Oak is like a Arachnid Youth supporter. Like, it's so funny.
Wait, Rift, have you played XD Gale of Darkness or no?
No.
I haven't. I
would
want to
love
play
it.
The only console Pokemon game I played was the one for the Wii, which was like Battle Revolution or something like that.
Yeah, I know. Was it Pokken?
It was like Pokemon Battle Revolution or some shit like, or Resolution or some shit like that.
Yeah, because like I think the only Pokemon fighting game was actually Pokken Tournament, and I think that
I like that game. It was pretty good.
Nah, if you
Who was your main in Pokken Tournament?
It was Sceptile mostly.
For me, it was Lucario.
Nah, chat, if you want one hell of a character arc, you should watch my Pokemon Black and White streams. I had, like, an Ice-type Pokemon that was useless for the entire adventure, and then he soloed fucking Getsus. Like, he was, like, that was a character arc of legends.
Who was the Pokemon there?
Cryogonal, I think? I mean, I called him Arnold in my fucking run. I can't remember why I called him Arnold, but, like...
Arnold?
But he was just so shit for the entire Elite Four. Like, he did absolutely nothing, but then for Getsus, he just one-shot Hydreigon. I'm like, okay, fair enough. You've redeemed yourself.
Maybe you call him Arnold because you were subconsciously thinking of Arnold Schwarzenegger when he played Mr. Freeze.
I think that was the joke, yeah. That was the joke. I called Samurott Flubbles because Puffer.
You call them a dumb name like Flubbles?
Flubbles is what Puffer says. He says Flubbles.
If you're using Samurott needs a badass fucking name.
The fuck did I call my I can't remember my other Pokemon, what they called it. Oh, I called my Zekrom Barack Obama. I'm not sure why I did that. I think it's because I was watching...
at least you're better than
I was watching President AI videos at the time, because they're funny. Who else did I have? I had like a fire Pokemon.
At least it's better than me. Like, I called my Sceptile Gecko.
Oh, I called my Darmanitan. I called him 420. Because ha 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 ha.
I don't know. For me, when it comes, whenever I play Pokemon, I actually never nickname my Pokemon.
I never used to, but now I do because it's funny.
Maybe I should start doing that.
Hot take: Lucario is the most overrated Pokemon ever. Nah, Lucario's sick.
No, Charizard is the most overrated Pokemon ever.
I agree with that. To be honest, I think that Charizard and Gyarados are overrated because like Gyarados just dies so fucking often. Like if he goes against a rock or a thunder type, like he's fucked.
Yeah,
poor guy.
Not to mention Game Freak really loves to jerk off Charizard by giving him all kinds of like mega forms, a Gigantamax form, and fucking all that shit.
Like, I remember seeing Charizard Y and X for the first time. I was like, okay, these are cool.
But it's like...
I prefer Charizard X.
But it's like, I can say with certainty that Gyarados is overrated, because for some reason I just can't stop using him, but I can't stop using him, yet he's so crap every time he goes against an electric type. It's like, I just don't learn from my mistakes, because I'm like, ooh, big dragon thing, I need it. It's like, no. Learn from your mistakes, Rift. I'm just like, no. Grr.
You wanna know what's crazy? My 3DS still works.
Mine does as well. I mean, it's covered in fucking dust and it probably needs a charge, but yeah, my 3DS still works.
Yeah, mine does too.
My question is, are the servers still up?
No, they shut those down They shut those down like last year, I think.
No.
So yeah, you better have some games downloaded on your 3DS, otherwise it's basically useless.
I have some 3D. I have some physical cartridges. I have some physical cartridges on mine.
I basically I still have some games downloaded on my 3DS, just a few Pokemon games. So yeah, I'm pretty much good there.
I'm just wondering if they close that down. That means that I can't Pokebank my the rest of the characters that I had directly.
Nope, you're pretty much shit out of luck there.
So I basically bought it.
Your only option is to get like an emulator and try like emulate it.
Okay. I'm surprised that
I feel like
Game Freak didn't
Nintendo
make
would
it
make
Charizard
so much
now.
more money if they just sucked it up and just released Pokemon on the PC.
I mean, they're never gonna do that because they're a twat, but because he has a 4x weakness, what do you expect? Yeah, no, but it's like, I typically don't bring Pokemon with 4x weaknesses, because it's like, yeah, they basically are fucked if you go against something. It's like, I think Mudkip's the only exception, because it's like, that's literally the only thing he's weak to. Like,
well, I mean, there's also Dragonite.
There's also Typhlosion, not Typhlosion, Tyranitar.
Don't bring up Typhlosion, please. I get the giggles every time someone talks about that.
Oh my fucking seriously!
And also
that's
Dragonite.
not fucking canon.
I don't care. It's so stupid.
I'm so fucking mad about that when I found out about that because it ruined one of my favorite fire types.
Please don't bring that fucking Pokemon up. Oh,
What's your most
God.
like EV evolution?
Jolteon. Or Espeon. One of the two. No, probably
Espeon.
Jolteon, actually. I use Jolteon. Jolteon is literally just... Jolteon is what Pikachu should have been in the games.
My question is, why no dragon evolution? That's my issue. Like, why no dragon evolution?
I don't know. If we're talking EV evolutions, I think my favorite is probably Umbreon, purely for the design. But other than that, I probably wouldn't use it because it's a more defensive Pokemon.
I just like using
Here's my
Jolteon
question.
because in my mind he's like Pikachu. Like I get a Jolteon and then I just name it Pikachu because I'm like, okay, this is what Pikachu should have been in the games. But they made Pikachu like so fucking weak in the games. I'm like, why?
So turn
Here's my
Pikachu into a
question.
dog, pretty much.
It's just so annoying. It's like they make Charizard like somewhat of a beast in the games, but then they just make Pikachu shit. It's like,
You wanna know what's
the
crazy?
fucking
What
mascot of
bothers
the
me?
series.
You wanna know what's crazy and what bothers me the most is how come we don't have a dragon type EV evolution? Why don't we have that?
guess that would be too good.
How come we don't have a steel type Eevee?
Or a rock one. Or a ground one.
Or
Mind blown.
I mean, Espeon can learn like one ground move, but yeah,
also,
it's
technically,
crazy.
if you think about it, we don't have a normal type one either, because Eevee is normal type, but the evolutions aren't. I think I've just ruined Pokemon for you all. Anyways,
no,
that's basically it for today. We've pretty much just stopped talking about fucking Spider-Man and just moved on to Pokemon. Oh god, I really wish YouTube was like this. I really wish you could just talk about whatever you want and like the algorithm would pick you up, but nope.
I mean, that's me. That's what I do.
The algorithm's just like, nope. If you don't talk about what we think you should talk about, like, you don't get views. It's so sad. Why are there still people here? Like, we've literally just not talked about anything. It's been good having you all here anyways. I'm gonna drink some water, because my fucking god, this fucking drink has gone to my head. Yeah, with that being said, we will not be live tomorrow, because I have a quite large shift tomorrow. So we'll be streaming Monday, either during the day or on the evening. Probably during the day, just because, like, that's... What's worse is Raichu has a higher speed stat than Pikachu, despite the show saying Pikachu's faster. I know it's stupid, but yeah. Hey, Kiwi came back at that exact point, but yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm finally back to making appearances.
No, it's fine, Kiwi.
After
you need to start making more appearances, Phoenix.
So we'll make a note of the video. We got to the second chances part. We're gonna wrap it up for today's stream, and we'll resume it and finish the video off on Monday. So yeah, with that being said, have a great rest of your day, guys. Have a good day tomorrow. I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me, but in tomorrow's shift, because my goodness, it is a long day. And yeah, take care, everyone. And
bye bye.
Yeah, adios.